1. Here we are. Welcome everyone.
Hello. I'm gonna say in Twitter that I'm your channel because I don't have power.
I can't believe you just cut Astra off like that. That's crazy. I can't believe it.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. Wait.
There's like mid-intro,
wait,
like about
wait. Did you start already? I didn't hear it. No, do it again. Do it again.
What are we doing again?
You're
Yeah, why
going
don't
back
you
to
tell us
starting
what we're
soon.
doing?
You're going back to starting soon, and then introduce your stream again because I didn't hear it.
Okay. All right. So we go back to starting soon, and then I'll redo the intro.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 moment.
Also, someone send me a link to the thing so I can send it to my channel as well.
It glitched. But guys, we're here with Lark, Delta, and Tier Noir. I hope I'm saying your name right. Tier.
Oh yeah, you're like the first person to pronounce it right.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
All the time I have called you Tier Noir. What are you talking about?
No, you call me fucking Wild Inferno. What do you mean?
Whoa.
But that's the prostitute name. Sorry for knowing about your hawker name and calling you more than that because I know you by that name. What are you talking about? Every time I have called you by your older name, I have called you Tier Noir. I've been a slander in your stream. What the fuck? You're the only person that can be known. Okay, I'm gonna repost it.
Well, as you could see, right from the beginning, Delta is immediately very, very passionate. We have been picking on Delta. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay.
I see. It's okay. I can.
Let me link you guys real quick because they're asking for your guys' links. Hold on, I'm gonna get you guys' Twitter. But today we are here to.
Oh my gosh!
What's
you're manager? You're one of Manager Kun's babies. I love that man. He's my Oshi.
He's your. Oh, I'll have to tell him that. Yes, I am one of Manager.
He knows. Oh, he knows.
It's also your Yoshi. It's also your Yoshi. It's also my Yoshi. You know, last year. Okay, I'm gonna brag about this. I feel validated right now.
Sorry, Astra.
Last year, okay, you know, last year when I used to start streaming, I was talking with my editor, right, and I was like, you know, we were just meeting, and then he was like, okay, who is your favorite VTuber, like who do you aspire to be and stuff, and I was like, I mean, I don't have any knowledge about VTubers, but I see this guy. And he's got a Mayoshi, but he's not a VTuber.
It's Manager Kun.
He's a VTuber manager.
And I
see like the streams he does for the company because he, for example, I think you had like your agency Lucid had auditions last year, and he made like streams and videos and stuff like
He does stream.
Like, the forum. Yeah, and stuff like that. But he's not like a VTuber, full VTuber, right? He's like, the things he stream are more like company related, and I've seen it. And I was like, I told my editor that for my birthday. He got me a birthday salutation from him.
Oh my god, you got a shout out from your Oshi.
Bro, it's my most biggest. I have it in every device. I have it on my phone. I have it on my drive, on my OneDrive. I have it on my computer. I have it everywhere. Every day, when I feel sad, I just watch a video.
So now we know, Astra. This is why Delta's goes to you. It's all to get to Manager.
Oh.
No. You're gonna say that. You're gonna say that. No. Because I befriended Astra before he was manager's son. Okay?
That is actually true. That is true.
You're gonna slander me. You're gonna slander me.
So what you're saying is you set it up so that Astra would become a child of Manager Kun.
You mean
it was a long-term goal. It was like you raised him for this.
You mean I orchestrated like the fall?
Exactly. Oh my god, it's crazy.
And the rise.
Whoa.
And the rise.
Crazy.
Okay.
You're dropping so much lore here. This is crazy.
I'm not dropping lore. I'm just saying that you are slandering me on stream. That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
But
also,
yeah,
were you there for the dress to impress? I think that's.
Oh yeah. I was there.
Yeah.
I was really bad at it.
That was a good time. That was a very good time.
Everyone was so good. Like
who wasn't there, and we can make them fun for. We can make fun of them for it.
Yeah.
No?
It's one of us in this
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, let's not tell them. They don't need to know. They
Yeah.
don't need to know they weren't
No,
invited.
we'll keep it a secret.
Especially since like Reno is hosting it, right?
Yeah. Right, Delta?
Delta.
Sorry, I was watching the tweet, so I kinda stopped listening to you guys. Can you repeat what you said?
Nothing important was said. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna say yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo! We're all on the same page.
So guys, I know it's not my stream, but do you wanna introduce yourself? Maybe say what we're gonna do today.
Astra's been trying to do that for the last like 10 minutes.
I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? In my defense, I have my phone and I cannot hear you very well. So that's my excuse.
But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about some of our paranormal experiences. I'm Astra Yonaka. I'm with Lucid Multimedia, if I could say it. I have probably hundreds of nicknames at this point. You can call me whatever you like. Yoroshiku na.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Yoroshiku. Oh.
Japanese.
あ、日本語に変えようか。
ありがとうございます。
ごちそうさまです。
I forgot that I was in my like no model only frames, Fuji. That's my bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's up? I guess I'll go next. Yo, what's up, everybody? My name's Cheer Noir, Silverhead Wolf from Meme EN. I do a lot of questionable shit on stream, and don't worry, I only bite.
Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Wait, I have something.
Aren't you a wolf too?
Delta's Amy.
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, can you repeat
each
your
other.
name? Can you repeat your name? I didn't hear it. What's your name? What's your name? Sorry, who are you? Can you repeat it?
My name is Wild Inferno. I like to dance for money.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Wait,
More importantly, I need to know something. So, like, are you reacting to my alpha pheromones right now, Astra? Yes or no?
Huh? Huh?
I need to know. This is like what happened to you.
Did Delta put you up to this? I know.
No, actually.
It had to have been Delta. Delta, what did you say?
No. What?
It actually was. Dude, you're a wolf VTuber. You know you're forced into this gig whether you like it or not. Like,
okay, so I decided on werewolf because of the media, right? And then all of a sudden I find out later, I think it was from Rena. Rena's like, oh yeah, do you know about what's it called? The something verse?
the Omega verse?
Yeah, and I was like, what's
Omega,
that?
yeah.
And it was thrust upon me against my own will.
Yep. But that by default makes you an Omega.
What?
Yeah, I mean, you being a werewolf actually makes you kinda want to be.
Don't worry, it's very hot. Look, Jill, chat, can we get a show of hands? How many of you guys want to impregnate Astra?
Oh my god! Oh my god! They talk about it a lot, a lot.
Yeah, see, well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I hear about that a little bit too much. I'm seeing from Carsiko 2 Omegas in the room. Which one are those?
It's. Do you know if you're gonna call me an Omega, at least say 3 because there's no way that Delta is an Alpha.
Brother, you know what?
There is no way.
I'm an Alpha. You know what? You know what my test say? I'm a stoic Alpha. Bam! In your fucking ass, bitch.
Alright.
And you know, I'm gonna base my entire personality on a taste I did once on internet. I'm a stoic Alpha now. How do you feel?
What most of society does nowadays.
You know?
and I'm not gonna elaborate on that.
No, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna check Twitter. I'm gonna check Twitter and Reddit, and I'm gonna say, what's gonna be my personality today?
Oh yeah, we just changed it.
continue.
Oh, sorry, Astra. I'm so sorry, Astra. What is the? I'm so sorry. Like, by the way, you know what's really funny, Astra? Delta has yet to actually introduce himself.
I know.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna introduce myself with you guys. Okay, hello
crazy.
everyone. My name is Lark Delta, but you can call me Denta. I'm an exopuppet inventor, very cool, very awesome, and very
And Omega.
Oh. No, I'm Delta.
You're Alpha or Omega.
I'm Delta.
Oh, it's a new class. We have a new class we have yet to discover.
It's a new class.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I posted.
I
What
mean-
I posted what they are in chat.
Let me see.
What did you put in chat? What's
Fine,
up?
just your official title. Your official title.
Oh.
What?
You know, what?
Mega bottom P-boy. Whoa. So how'd you get that title? Where does that one come from?
What
The
is that?
title. Tell us how you got the title.
What is that? Wait, you didn't change my fugi. I still have boobs.
I can't change your Fugi.
Yeah, you can.
Wait, I can?
Yes, you can.
What?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
can.
go to this side. Go to this side. Oh, I just sent that. I just sent that to side too.
I didn't know I could
Yeah,
change
really
other people's
backward.
Fugis. Wait.
Yeah,
It's
you
okay,
can.
it's
I
right.
do it.
If you
I do
wanna-
it to incriminate people.
If you wanted to see my boobs, it's okay. I get it.
You do it to incriminate
Look.
people?
Wait, that's
Look,
a
you
good
can
question.
look and check it
So
with
Delta,
this
if
man.
you are a boy, you are biologically a boy. Does that mean I can see your boobs?
You can touch them if you want, but
No,
they're
but-
not gonna be soft.
Okay. Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine.
You wanna touch them?
Yeah, let me just book a plane ticket.
Like I'm swimming, right?
Oh, even better, even better. Astra's chat. Anyone want a super chat so you can fund my flight to touch?
Oh, yo.
I can only stay composed for so long. I'm sorry.
And your next fucking donathon, right? You're gonna put a goal.
Can I get some Astra? Yo, I want some Astra pheromones as well.
I do want
Whoa.
to touch Astra's boobs. Like, it makes me curious. I wanna feel the texture.
They're kind of
Astra's boobs.
Yeah.
hard.
You know, because
bro.
he exercises. He exercises a lot. So,
Oh,
I
heck
mean,
yeah.
it's gonna be shaved, you know? It's something that makes me curious, you know? I'm just gonna make...
It's gonna be.
Not everyone that exercises shaves their chest.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
don't
say.
know
It's gonna
who
be
told you that.
shaved.
You know,
I
where did
mean-
this come from?
I think
But
you
even-
forgot.
No. But even if they want to or not, like, they're gonna be fit, right? Because they exercise in a daily basis, right?
Then why would we shave? I mean, okay, now that I do shave my chest. Now but that is not because I work.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like.
No, like shape, not like, okay, never mind. English is hard. No, like if you have a shape, a shape like, not like with B, but with. Okay, continue with the stream. Okay, I'm gonna shut them. I'm gonna shut the hell up. Yeah.
I'm
Whatever.
trying everything I
B! Oh my
I
god!
don't care.
I'm crying. Alright, sorry, Astra. So now that we derailed everything, would you like to
I'm
tell us
gonna
why we're here
communicate
today?
through the chat now. I wanna say I'm a viewer now. You know what I'm even talking.
I'm trying everything to change your Fugi.
It's so I sent you the link. There's a little, if you scroll down to where it says Delta and there's a cogwheel, you can change it to model me override, and then you can change it whatever
Yeah,
whatever you want.
I did that and it's not changing. I named it to head Delta.
Okay, it's okay, Astra. If you want to see my boobs, I get it.
I'm
They're very tall.
sorry. I tried.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
I
know
can
that.
change it myself. Wait.
You probably could change this up, or you know what you could do, Astra? You could literally just put that PNG over them,
Oh.
basically on OBS.
Hold on, I have like 10,000 image scenes. Hold on, my blood test results. Let me get this out of there.
Huh?
Why does Delta get the blue wrench? What the hell is this?
Hold on.
He likes me more. He likes me more. Sorry.
That's crazy. I thought we had a special. I'm no longer your alpha. I'm sorry.
Whoa. Now let's not get hasty.
He already has an alpha.
All right, Delta is
Wait.
gigantic on my screen right now. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
Wait, never mind. I can change it.
Okay, well, for now, we have
yeah, sorry.
put you above Fugi. There we go. That's Delta for now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous. Once you change it, I'll
That's
take
not
it
the word I use. It's not the word I use to describe alpha, but I mean not alpha. I mean delta.
Okay, now Blue Wrench. Let's see. I gotta find you.
Hi.
But yeah, we are.
Wrench me. Papacito.
Yeah. There we go.
Whoa, whoa. Sorry, I forgot if I closed Discord. The call ends on my phone. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. But we are
How
here.
you doing?
But we are.
Why don't you just mute them?
No! Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
We are here today to discuss the paranormal, of which these two and myself have both had interesting experiences with. Very, I believe, Tyr, didn't you say you're something of a medium? I think was exactly the word used, if I'm not mistaken.
No, no. I'm just simply like I just have a lot of knowledge and experience in demonology, and I have performed exorcisms.
I see. Actually, I'm curious about exorcism. I've never seen an
myself a
exorcism.
medium. It's less. There's details I could go into, but 90% of the time, it's less interesting than you think.
Really? So is it?
Yeah.
Well, how do you go about an exorcism?
There's two ways about it. Anything that comes in your path directly, that is you, something comes under attack for you, or there's something within your vicinity, you have absolute authority to cast it out. Absolute. The issue comes when you're performing exorcism on someone else, because the only person that truly has authority is that person. So when you're performing an exorcism on them, now this is kind of, it's not super dangerous to say, but it's kind of weird, because obviously it's kind of like, do you know when you tell someone a placebo and it just immediately no longer works? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in the same sense, I'm kind of doing that. So, you know, if anybody would like to not have a higher chance of being possessed, don't listen. But basically, what you're doing when you're performing exorcism into someone else is you're actually you're encouraging them to cast it out of themselves. You're not actually the one casting it out. You're just giving them strength to cast it out themselves. And so that's why a lot of people will do prayers. A lot of people will make them clutch rosary beads and such, because that person who is possessed will see it as a form of strength and a form of courage that allows them to then cast it out of themselves. That's why it's so difficult.
It almost works like hypnosis then. It's similar way.
Yes, yeah, in a sense, very similar concept. Like I can't hypnotize you. You can only convince yourself you're hypnotized.
Yeah. No, I've actually undergone hypnotherapy. So that's why I was like, that sounds a lot like that, except hypnotherapy is obviously not really, well, it could maybe indirectly be dealing with that sort of thing, but in my experience, it's more.
It could.
Yeah.
It could, because demons get their power from your fear and your belief that they can hurt you and that they can harm you. So the more you fear it, the more it can do to you, and the more they can do to people around you.
Yeah. It's I noticed that when you're in like a heightened state, so if I just got off something that was like really exciting or something, and I'm walking out, because in order to get to my house I have to walk through the woods, I start hearing stuff, seeing stuff. It's like
The Watchers.
Yeah, everything comes to life. So I definitely have experienced that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry for going for the throat straight up. That was a very good question.
Do you know what made me remember? So I think I mentioned to you before, but I don't remember where I read this. It was like this girl that I'm gonna say something. Let me know if I shouldn't.
Nah, go for it.
Because you know, okay, so I don't know. I don't remember when I read this, but it really caught my attention. Okay, so it was this girl that used to live in you know, her parents' house. But every night on the living room, on like fucking, I don't know, midnight or like when everyone was asleep, she will touch herself
Whoa.
every night, like on the living room, because it was the only moment, like, I don't know, alone or whatever. So for some reason, on the next days, on the next weeks, there was a very bad luck over all the family members of the house. The father got fired and got a very serious illness. The mother almost died. The brother had very bad luck. He got fired too, and stuff like that. They were like suffering like a lot of bad luck. So they also started like seeing stuff around the house, like stuff moving and stuff, like paranormal. So they called like this cleanser, like this lady that starting just, I don't know how it's called in English, but with the smoke and everything started cleansing the house.
Mm-hmm.
And
Smudging, I think.
And she told them, okay, I'm laughing because I found this comical, okay, but it's real and serious. She said that there was a demon in this house, and it was because the demon had seen the girl literally masturbating every night, and he fell in love with her.
Oh.
So he wanted to possess her. In order to do that, he wanted to like take the family away and stuff like that. So at the end, they had to move out and sell the house and everything because he was a powerful entity and they couldn't remove it from the house. But I just find that stuff very, very funny, you know? It's just imagine just being in your house.
It actually checks out quite a lot. Yeah, the worst part is that checks out. Like that could very easily happen, but it's so stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. Can you explain? Can you explain, because I'm really curious. I don't know how it works.
Do you want me to ask you? Because this is your stream. I don't want to be doing all the talking.
Wait, what? No. Go ahead.
So basically, here's the thing. Fallen angels are as such. So we as human beings, we have finite lives. We can do a lot. So everything we think of is thought of in the finite. The reason why a fallen angel is such is because they're created for a purpose, and that purpose extends for eternity. So if at any point, and they also have I usually describe them like rebellious teenagers who, like, once they finally get the taste of freedom, they start to resent the other person. But see, fallen angels are different because you have two things. One of them is that they are eternal. They don't have finite lives like we do. And number two is that they have inherent knowledge that their parent is good, right? Whereas we are like, no one's perfect. So when I rebel from my parents, I know that they're not perfect. And so that's why, to us, it seems as though they are inherently evil because their parent is inherently good. And to go against that is to go against what they know is correct. And so that's why demons are not necessarily evil. They're more like heathenistic, where they live purely according to their own desires, knowing the destruction causes. Does that make sense? And so, so in this case, so now based on that, you can understand why this is the case. The reason why it wanted to pull the family away, the reason why it wanted to isolate this person, is because of, Lord, this could be a rabbit hole. There's different stages of possession.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with spiritual, mental, physical, and each one is split into two parts. And one big part of getting your mental possession is through isolation. And once that mental possession is set in place, then from there it just kind of gets worse. Realistically, that's kind of like the beginning of the end if you don't get help.
Yeah.
Which I could go into later, but that's probably that would be like a good 5-minute explanation.
Dear. So guys, we learned the lesson. Don't masturbate in your living room.
Or just don't be hot.
Sorry, I can't stop being hot. That's something natural that comes.
Yeah, it's just outside of our control. It just kind of happens.
I'm so sorry. But it's like I don't know. When I read it, I was like, "Damn, this is so." I don't know what I laugh about this stuff because I don't know. I know it's real,
It is objectively
but it's so
funny.
funny.
Yeah, no.
It is objectively funny.
To think you can attract something from fourth dimension or wherever the heck they are by jorking it in your living room. That
Yeah. Imagine you jerk every night in your
Just,
room, right? And
like-
every night. Okay, try to have a go. Okay, answer me this. Imagine every night you work in your room. Every night you get the walls dirty, but every morning you wake up and they are not dirty anymore. Boo.
it's like a.
Okay.
It's called having a maid.
So yeah, cleans for you. I mean, hey, if it's gonna clean and like pay rent,
And, like cook food.
yeah.
Sorry. Continue what you were saying.
There is obviously other downsides, 100%, but yeah.
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 No, it does seem like that they attach really easily, whatever they are. Because I have like a personal experience with it where I was with my family and I never believed in mediums. I never believed that they could like that. I always thought that they were sagi in English. It was a scam or like a psychological trick.
Yeah.
Mm.
Most of the time it is.
Yeah. But I go to this one and I could tell when I entered the room, he looked on edge for some reason. And I couldn't understand why. So we talk a little bit. And what he tells me, he doesn't really tell me like too much stuff. Because it seems like he was holding something back. But later on, my family goes in and they're like, we need to talk to you. So what he ended up telling my family was like, well, one, a lot of secrets that I had. So, you know, I brewed alcohol since I was like 15, 16. And I was brewing it in my closet. I know, weird lore, but yeah, he told them that. How could somebody possibly know that? Because nobody knew. And a few other things as well that I was just like, there's no way someone could possibly know that stuff. I did not talk about it to anybody ever. And he said, yeah, no, he's got a lot of shadows following him around. And I'm like, what the hell did I do?
Yeah.
I'm just chilling.
Steve.
Yeah. So I legit still to this day don't know what the hell I did. But they followed me, like apparently a bunch of them, a lot of them followed me around. And you know, since then I like to think that that doesn't happen because of I'm religious. I don't usually talk a lot about that, but I believe that I'm clean now. But still, just for what reason, you know? Even looking back, I'm like, I don't really know why. Super wild.
The way that they pick who they attach themselves to is going to vary a lot of things. One of the big things is whether or not you're a threat to their way of life. A lot of obvious, which is obvious, right? That sounds very obvious.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that I've seen people that are very see, I don't like to use the term medium. I don't like the term you know, people like to use the term conduit or psychic. It's simply that you are gifted in the gift of discernment. You're just more sensitive, and you choose to be more sensitive. It is a choice. You remember, at the end of the day, let me break this down real quick. There is, based on what I know, based on if you believe, this is a hypothetical, chat. This is hypothetical. There is the physical realm that we live in. Then there is what is known as a spiritual realm, whether you want to look at that as a higher dimension, parallel dimension. There is another realm known as the spirit realm. There is only one way to interact with the physical realm from the spiritual realm, and that is through what is called I don't like calling it a realm because it's more like a doorway, but it just makes it easier if you say 3 realms.
Yeah.
But there is a mental realm, and based on how much you want to open the door, is like someone who does not care about any of this will be less likely to have things like that happen to them. Having said that, not caring at all kind of leaves you vulnerable to, like, I almost like to call it a sneak attack, where something does creep in, whether you're scared, whether you're spooked, whether your confidence in your safety wavers ever so slightly, it makes it harder for you to identify it in time, if that makes sense. So in your case, if there was a lot following you, then there's either they're not following you because of something you did, they're following you because of something they think they can do. Some kind of vulnerability, some kind of threat. It's like that or like, right, like it's like if they can stop you from like helping a load of people, they will. And it's not necessarily helping, right? Like I said, it's just that you stood in the way of their way of life, and they don't like that.
Oh.
Whether, does that make sense?
Yeah. So
if that makes sense.
I was a perceived threat of some kind for some reason, which, I mean, I guess that makes sense now considering.
And vulnerable.
Yeah, and vulnerable. Which maybe I don't know how to assess something like that. So if there is a way to assess vulnerability, what would you say? What traits make someone more likely to be open, or well, not open per se, but you know what I mean?
The exact same traits that a toxic partner could use against you. Literally the same thing. Whether you're very easily manipulated emotionally, whether you care too much, whether you put yourself down too much, whether you carry a lot of guilt, exactly the same.
Oh.
Because remember, there is only, in theory, I'm gonna choose my words lightly because we're corporal and we can't really be super open about religion and stuff.
Yeah.
But in theory, there's only one entity that can read your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else can. Not angels, not demons, not devils. They can look at your mannerisms and they can assess you the same way as psychological analysis would, but they can't read your mind. They can only kind of like act based on what they see on the outside. And so if they think you're vulnerable, if they think that, let's say you harbor guilt, I told this to Delta earlier, for example, right? Where it's like, I have to be careful because when I share this knowledge, I'm constantly under attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so if there's jokes, I'll laugh about it, but I can't do too much because all it takes is for one of them to whisper in my ear, oh, you made fun of that person, they're not going to protect you anymore. And then the moment I start to think, oh shit, I went too far, maybe they're mad at me, maybe I'm not going to get protected anymore. That's a vulnerability that's being exploited, and that puts me in danger. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah, so like Chelsea said,
Yeah.
the toxic look for weaknesses in their partner.
Don't worry, I'm gonna mug for the both of us.
Thanks. When you said mog?
No. Respectfully love. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. hopefully that does do.
Delta's love is overflowing.
It's very funny because I think Tyr and I are in very opposite sides where, Tyr is very respectful and about that stuff, right? Because, yeah, he's trained about that. And I'm just an ignorant peasant that just mocks out everything without
trust me, I would
knowing
love to joke around as well.
the consequences of his own acts.
It's kind of like, this is the way you look at it, right? I'm a trained, respectable gun owner. Delta, found one on the ground.
Yeah. It's just the less you know, the happier you are.
Yeah. Delta still thinks it's a Nerf gun.
The worst part is that maybe I shouldn't be because, okay, so Tyr knows that my background, also, for example, my family is very tied with magic stuff, paranormal and shit, right? So when I was a child, I was actually very sensitive, and until not so many years ago, I actually had a lot of like stuff going on around me. So I shouldn't mock, but it's just like, what are you gonna do? Fuck my ass? Please.
Whoa.
Okay. Never mind. I said nothing.
Whoa.
Continue talking. I'm gonna shut up.
Once again, chat, super chat, fund my plane ticket.
He wants to touch my boobs. No. Guys, I actually, totally random.
Also
not
for anyone in
related.
chat, Delta is a boy. Don't cancel me.
It's so funny. Every time I interact with you, you have to clarify that. It's
I
so
have
funny.
to clarify that because if you were a girl, I'm getting canceled.
Yeah. No, everything's good, guys. Everything's
guys.
okay.
Guys,
Like Delta is like a boy. All right.
I'm not a boy.
Oh, no.
Shut up. You shut up. Shut up.
I
Delta.
feel so like unsafe right now, and
No.
like,
No.
guys.
Stop sounding genuinely cute. Let's not.
That did sound a little too genuine. That was kind of scary, Delta.
Okay.
One sec. Based on that, do you know what? Based on that, I'm gonna go resubscribe to Delta.
What? Dude, why did you subscribe to me? You're insane. I hate you so much. I despise you. I hope you perish.
Whoa.
Sorry. With
Delta,
love.
you were just talking about love.
It's with love. It's with love. It's with love.
It's with love. Yeah. It's with all the care and tender of my heart. Damn, but that actually is very, very like interesting. Also, for example, I don't know if I can like Tyr, please just actually shut the hell out of me if I say something that Ashley will say. But I found really interesting the fact that you say that, for example, okay, so demons change their tactics, right? Like paranormal and ghosts and all that shit that want to scare the shit out of you. They change their tactics, and it makes so much sense because, for example, in 200 years ago, the fucking demons were able to scare you with poltergeist and they fucking moving stuff in your house or the shadows.
Like
Because they didn't have, for example, lights. They had to light the way with a candle and shit like that, right? So it was more scary. But nowadays, people is more skeptic to stuff like that, especially for the movies, right?
Yeah.
So people is more like cold in that sense. So they have to change their tactics. So instead of fucking fucking their asses directly, they fuck their minds. And that's when you told me, I was like, holy damn, because we live like actually like there's a lot of people that have like depression, anxiety, exactly. And I was like, my mind, when you say that, my mind just
Yeah.
Now, preface, this is a very important disclaimer. We are not saying that every single mental illness is supernatural. That is not true.
Yeah.
That is not true.
That is a very big distinction, and a lot of people are very wrong. I know some people that do think that, and they really mess a lot of people up. Because the worst thing you can do is go up to someone that has a genuine mental illness and tell them they're possessed.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can do.
If anything, that's a trigger for like legit psychosis.
Epilepsy. You have a demon.
Exactly.
Get out.
Exactly. Here's this is what my mentor said, right? And I quote: "If you think that the devil's chasing after you after every corner, you know the people that always say the devil made me do it. It's like if you think that the devil has better things is chasing you around every day, making you do bad stuff, making you feel bad, then let me tell this." And then before that, and this in front of a big congregation, he said, before that, no, I love you, but you need to hear this. You need to grow up because the devil has better things to be doing. That is what he said.
That makes so much sense. Damn.
That's also another thing, by the way. One good fun fact is, like I said, only one entity can be omnipresent. That means exists in multiple places at once. Demons, spirits, they cannot be in multiple places at once, which makes it kind of nice, but also scary, because that means, like, for example, like, let's say like a very powerful demon is with you. It's there. That's all of it. Like the devil is with you, right? Like it's nowhere else in the world right now.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
So then if you're carrying around like tens of them or something, then you really got a problem is what you're saying, because they're all right there.
There is a lot. You got to ask yourself, why are they interested in you? What is the threat they perceive in you? What is the and what is the vulnerability that they can see that they're just waiting for you to slip up. Now that's obviously don't live life being scared you'll slip up. That's also in itself a vulnerability.
Yeah.
Bottom
it's kinda like-
pheromones.
Exactly.
You're saying
Yeah, I think that's. Sorry. Yeah.
But basically what I've
Yeah.
learned is I have a tendency to attract toxic partners is what.
Brother,
Delta's
me
here.
too. Wait.
What-
Wait.
It kind of holds up, I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
For me, not for you, for me, it's
Wait.
for me. Wait, I mean, I don't know Delta, but for me, in my experience, I've had some interesting relationships too. So
Yeah.
it makes complete
You gotta
sense.
figure out like what is it? Because if it's obvious enough for all of your exes and the demons, then there's gotta be something there.
Yeah. Well, it's not all of exes.
Dude. That makes sense. Okay, for example, when
One
I
is
talk
one
about
too
this
many,
with
my friend.
Astra,
One is one too
I
many.
agree. No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
But if it's
You know
split
what's
into different
funny?
parts, it's like saying, what if you split a human into different parts?
Mm.
Huh.
Wait. Oh.
Like, I mean, I'm not doubting that a spirit can like travel between points at very fast speed, but it cannot physically be in two places at once.
Huh. That being the case, if you're about to walk into like the lion's den of where they are, and you know they're there, what do you have any precautionary measures ahead of time that you can take? If, like, let's say you absolutely have to go.
If you have to go, you have absolute authority. But if you're purposely going ghost hunting, then you're in danger, because that authority is now kind of somewhat void, because you're putting yourself in danger. But if it's somewhere you have to go, then you have absolute authority. Yeah.
I see.
Like, for example, there was one place where this was back when I was still learning. This is actually the reason why I started learning was there was this place near my house, and it was a little shortcut to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And it started off with just and you'll always see a trend where it gets worse progressively over time. But it started off with like a little bit of paranoia, a little bit of things where things get too quiet. Animals were just avoiding the place like the plague, because like I live in Ireland, right? We've got wildlife everywhere, and those, they were just not having it. I thought it was like a gas leak or something, and then like started getting worse. And then, like, long story short, it got to the point where there was like physical apparitions happening around that area.
Oh.
And then eventually it just got to the point where like enough is enough. And then, like, long story short, I cast it out because it was in my immediate vicinity. It was within my sphere of influence. I had absolute authority to be like, you don't belong here. That, what's it called? You don't belong here. Like in God's name, in the authority given to me by God above, like, just get out. That's all it was. Realistically, that's all it was. Granted, it took a little bit longer because I really had to get into that state of mind of like not, because you get counterattacked. But then ever since then, it didn't happen. And then I talked to other people that were a little bit more like as sensitive as I was. And keep in mind, I always make sure to not spread this. Whenever I find a place that's kind of haunted, I don't go like, oh, hey guys, look, this place is haunted, because that's the worst thing you could do.
Oh.
That is the worst thing you could do, because that adds their fear to the power.
Sorry, I
Whoa.
had something in my throat.
What? Oh. But yeah, when I asked them about that place, they were like, oh yeah, we avoid that place. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
What about now? And then they were like, oh yeah, now it's kind of chill. And I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna call out
and
this
then-
guy.
Yeah, we found out later that some, because this is also Ireland, so people were performing like animal sacrifices in that forest. Like
Oh.
parts where they
Sweet.
found all the bones. They found all the bones and stuff. So that's what happened, and that's why things were there. And that's why it ended up just kind of, yeah.
Damn.
Whoa.
Worst part is, it wasn't even a forest. It was like a small paths with trees, and there was like houses on both sides. It wasn't even like a forest. It was like a little like like tree-covered alley, if anything. I was just like, why the go to an actual goddamn forest, not in my goddamn neighborhood. Like,
I'm
holy
never
shit.
going to exploration like that. You know, I'm gonna call Astra. Astra does that shit. Like he goes to the forest, base camp in the scary places, and shit like that. Like, brother, I will
can't
not be
protect
surprised if you go camp in a goods and then the next day you disappear. Like, no more Astra Yonaka. You get fired, you know? Lucid keeps on fucking announcing, like, you know, Astra disappear or
Hey, I mean,
some
once
shit
again,
like
chat,
that.
just fund my airplane ticket. We can make it happen.
This guy.
No,
But yeah. So yeah, carry on.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, no, I go out, I fear nothing. I'm not afraid of like any of the, because I've seen it so much at this point, it's just not scary. But I go out in the woods and I'm out there, I start going like, Skinwalker, you know, whistling at night like you're not supposed to do.
Yeah. That's really funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, probably not the best thing to do, but at the same time, I'm not scared of it. Like
it's a tightrope walk. Like as long as you know that you're safe and nothing can touch you, it's just the moment it slips.
Yeah.
The moment a branch accidentally falls, or let's say for example in Delta's friend's case, like her, for example, the father losing his job might not have had anything to do with it, but the moment that she feels guilty of her father losing a job, that's when you give it power.
Oh, this disclaimer is not my friend. I just read this. Like I don't remember where.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But yeah. Like I said, like it's there's always that one trick, and it's kind of like it's one of those things, right? In terms of like in my case, for example, it's faith and divine protection. In the case of someone that would be like a Wicca, they have wards, they have charms. Their protection relies on how much they trust those. At the end of the day, but the difference is, hey, should I just go into the? Remember I mentioned the 6 stages of possession.
Oh yeah.
Should I? Yeah. So like, it starts off. It's always torment, possession, torment, possession. Torment means it's still kind of working its way in. It's like chipping away. Possession means it's like it's embedded, right? So it starts off with. Remember we mentioned the 3 realms: spiritual, mental, physical. Spiritual realm starts with spiritual torment. Spiritual torment is when you start to waver. Your faith starts to waver.
Guys, holy shit. No! Get out! Dude, okay, so I have a guitar, okay? The guitar is... it just fell.
It just fell?
No, I told you this would happen. I told you it would happen. Don't worry, it's fine.
I know I'm fine. I'm also used to this stuff. I literally saw, because the guitar is, I'm in my bed, right, talking about this, and I have the guitar. The guitar is in this like, it's like in a metal thing, so it's impossible for the guitar to fall, right? And I saw the guitar slowly going to the side, like something is grabbing it, and just fell into the floor. So it's like, holy shit, get out of here! I'm talking about you. Don't you see a ship talking about you with online people? Can you get out of here? Can I get some privacy? Can I get some privacy to shit talk about you? Then you come back. Holy shit. Okay. Sorry, continue.
Doesn't like you talking behind its back.
Oh man, bro's the ops rolling up there.
Bro is watching me from the door, right? What are you saying about my mom?
That's so funny. My father is Beelzebub, and he's gonna ban you.
But my dad works at Mojang or whatever.
No, but
Yo, damn. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry. Continue. I just saw it in slow motion, and I was like, "Holy shit, get out of here!"
The knowledge I'm about to drop is really fucking with their way of life. I like what I'm about to drop is actually like that level of like once you understand it, it takes away so much power from them. And that's my thing, right? Because for me, power comes from understanding. Whether that's in like a debate, whether that's in life, the more you understand something, the more you know how to just not be affected by it, right? What was it called? But here's the thing. So it starts off, spiritual torment is when you start to doubt you're safe. You start to doubt you're safe, or in terms of people with faith, they start to doubt if they deserve to be safe. You see a lot of people that are very guilty, and that can be just as bad as someone who doesn't think they're safe. So if you look at the movie The Exorcist, it doesn't possess anyone or jump to anyone else until they themselves doubt they're safe. But at the same sense, if someone has been pushed down so hard, or they've done so much bad things that they're like, I don't even deserve to be safe right now. I don't even deserve to be protected. Especially if that person is religious. It happens quite a lot, where it's like, okay, this is just a trial. This is my punishment. You see it a lot.
Yeah.
So that can, once you get to that stage, that's what we call the spiritual possession stage, where it now has possession of that spiritual realm, of like, not of the spiritual realm, but like in your personal bubble, it's kind of possessed that. Now, next comes mental torment. Mental torment at this stage, it's kind of gotten it's gone past the first layer, and at this point, it's gonna start to mess with you. It's gonna start whispering in your ear, if you will, metaphorically. You'll start to think ASMR. Yeah, exactly.
ASMR.
Exactly.
It's like reverse ASMR though.
Yeah, exactly. It's reverse ASMR. But yeah, so it's like you're gonna start experiencing thoughts that you aren't used to. You're gonna start feeling ways but at this stage, it still feels foreign to you, and it still feels horrible, and it feels like something doesn't feel great. Mental torment is when it embeds itself, and you feel like this is who you are. You're just a toxic person. You're just a failure. You're just I know
that.
You deserve to be fired. Well, I mean, okay, Delta, in your case is different. That's just no, I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking. I love you, Delta. You're my son. I'd never say that. But
Yeah.
You're gonna make Delta cry.
I'd rather Delta cry than be possessed. All right, I'm doing it out of love.
I mean, fair. You know what? Yeah, fair. You know what? Yeah.
I got you, bro.
I mean, if I got to be your punching bag in order for you to not get fucking possessed, yeah, go ahead. Then you can call me your savior. I'm just saying. Like, if I save you from
I'll give you
demons,
$5.
bro, if I save you from demons one time, like, you're gonna owe me your life. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Bet.
I'm just gonna leave the fact there.
But yeah.
I owe your ass, bitch.
Yeah. I'll owe you $5. I owe you $5. I owe you $5. But yeah. So like, yes. After that, that's when it gets dangerous. That's when I'm a computer scientist, so I always use computer terms.
Mm-hmm.
It's when your operating system no longer registers the virus as a virus. It thinks it's part of the computer.
Ah.
If that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
That is the mental possession phase. Most demons will stop here, because it's like Delta said, a change of tactics. It's not because it used to be scarier before. It's because people are more skeptic now. Before, everyone was religious. So if you saw someone possessed, that would shake your faith. Now, if you're not religious and you see someone levitating, it's probably going to have a higher chance of making you religious. That's why they changed the tactic, right? That's why the tactics have changed. It's because the world has changed, and how people view safety and possession and the paranormal has changed. So a lot of times it'll stay in mental possession, and what it'll then do is, this isn't once again, disclaimer, whenever talking about mental is a very real thing. So I do not assume that someone is possessed, like, for God's sakes. But for me, when I know that I'm gonna have to make an exorcism, or I'm gonna need to approach someone, is the people around them. How is their existence and how is this possession affecting the people around them? The church bell just rang. As crazy.
Whoa, the vibe.
But yeah, it's usually the defining factor is how much are they affecting the people around? Because you can have two people with the exact same issues, and one person just hurts to be around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like it brings you down. Now, this isn't always the case, but that's definitely something that I look for personally, as like in my checklist. And so that's. Can you hear this? Is it picking up?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it. It helps with the vibes,
stopping. It's supposed to be like 3 bells. Anyway,
Shit.
so but that is basically one huge thing I look for. Now, when it goes into the physical, that's when once again it's, do they see a vulnerability here? So for my mentor, he tried to kill his father like a couple of times because he was like a drunkard and stuff.
Oh.
And there was obviously a lot of spiritual stuff happening as well, and he ended up developing unexplained arthritis. It wasn't arthritis, but he started developing these really bad pains around his body that doctors could not explain, and he was getting like hurt, and those doctors could not explain it. Now, the reason why we're pretty sure that was a physical torment at that point is because it fueled the anger for his father. It made him angrier with his dad because he was sure that it was because of his dad. Right?
Yeah.
That's the only time. See how it's like so niche? Like, not everyone would have that immediate reaction. So that you wouldn't always do that. Then physical possession, once again, will only happen within places where seeing a physical possession would hurt your faith. So countries that are less skeptic, a lot of for example, like I'm half Sri Lankan, right? And over there, they're very skeptical. They're very superstitious.
Yeah.
So over there, a physical possession, which actually happens quite regularly over there. My grandmother actually got possessed to the point where it took 8 guys to hold her down. Her voice changed. And my mom was called in to pray for her because my mom was seen as like a religious one. And so when she prayed, but she had never done this before. And she got spooked. And the moment she got spooked, it turned to her and just smiled and started laughing in a deep man's voice. But she got spooked in a way that no one would have been able to tell. And she wasn't even looking at her at the time. It just felt that she got scared. And so she ran out the door and just prayed from the other side of the door. But do you see how that moment shakes people's faith?
Yeah.
But it wouldn't shake people's faith in a more developed country. People would just think that they're crazy. So there's no point doing that. Right?
Yeah.
Because they're not stupid, right? They're not stupid. They're not gonna hurt they're not gonna hurt their chances. That is why. And that hopefully that kind of encapsulates a lot of that's kind of like paranormal crash course 101.
Yeah, you might have just made me understand. I know someone that might need cleansed, for putting it lightly, because someone that kind of hurts to be around, and they have unexplained pain manifesting that doctors can't explain. That really sounds a lot like someone I know.
Does the pain feed back into is it a loop, like a feedback loop, or is it just adjacent? Do you get what I mean? Like the pain, it has to serve a purpose.
Yeah, no, it completely, it seems like they weren't depressed before, but yeah, the pain like keeps them depressed and it keeps making it worse, kind of deal. That sounds a lot like what you're describing. And I am very close to this person.
Damn.
So
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, because do you remember what's the first thing I told you about cleansing another person?
You have to get them to believe that it's, they have to they have the authority, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I can't rock up and be like, you're good. It's this, the way I look at it is like you're showing them that there's a hand stretched out to them, but they still have to grab the hand.
Yeah.
And they need to trust that the hand is going to help them. It's like a doctor. You're not going to go to a doctor you don't trust.
Yeah.
And so it's hard. It's like when I hear that, it just kind of not scares me, but it kind of makes me sad, because that's going to be a journey. That's going to take time.
Yeah.
To get to the point where you can. But yeah, man, like, hey, like, hit me up whenever if you need advice. Like, I'm always ears open.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it, because this it makes complete sense, but it just as you say, I know it's going to be a tough one, because this specific person is very resistant to outside help. So yeah, wow. Okay, well, I might have learned something about my acquaintance. Well, not acquaintance, but like the people around me today. Wow.
I can even joke about it.
I know. Sorry, it got kind of serious there, but I was like, wait.
You know
Sorry,
that
I
it's
did warn you. I warned you
I
guys.
don't joke about it. No, but damn, it's like I really like this information. You know, it makes like it clarifies a lot of stuff that happened, at least in my life. When I met Astra and we started sharing paranormal activities, I felt so validated because we have had very similar experiences with paranormal stuff, right? So although until I met Astra, actually, I never met another person that had so many experiences. You know, like this. Real, for saying like that.
Yeah.
So I felt so validated, and I was very excited for this collab because Tyr knows a lot about this stuff. And about what Tyr said, yeah, about what Tyr said, it's actually very funny because he said like for him power comes from knowledge, and in my case I think my power. The only reason why I'm live right now is comes from my ignorance. It goes because I don't know shit. I don't know how powerful these guys are, right? So I don't respect them. So I can say, so get the fuck out of here. And you know what's funny? Okay, I don't know if you're gonna believe this or no, but I scream, right? Get the fuck out of here. I need privacy. And I do have, okay, so I told you my family is very like spiritual, even though they're Christians, like they have this background from my grandfather. My grandfather was like, it's not very explicit, but I think he belonged to a tribe so many years ago.
Just wanted to share that.
What?
My George is closed on its own. Just wanted to share that.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, say hi for me.
That's pretty funny. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that.
Tell them to get out. You need privacy. Tell them you're jerking off. You need privacy for that.
No. Based on the story, that's gonna make them stay more, right?
No.
Oh shit.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna try to be very very like light about this then. So my grandfather was like to this tribe, right? So he had like his little habits and stuff like that. So he actually taught us the habits, even though most of us don't know what it means because most of my family is Christian. But we have, for example, I have a family thingy. It's like it's like rocks, but the rocks are in slices, and they're like colorful rocks, and they're hanging from like strings of the door. So when air passes, you can hear the music. Yeah, I don't know how this is called.
Like a chime.
So yeah, something like that. So when air passes or like movement, you hear the music coming from the rocks, right? And I scream like, get the fuck out of here. And I have one is in my door. My door right now is open because I have like this window and then it's my door. So the window is open and it's like balcony and stuff like that. And that's where the things are. And it started like sounding, but there's no air because the door is closed. The only thing that's open is the window, but the window is inside the door. And it's not a window, okay? It's like a big door window. I don't know how to call it in English, okay? And it's like, I know the things are around me, but the less I know about the power, the more disrespectful I can be. And I think, they're not gonna scare me. I'm not trapped with them. They're trapped with me. They fuck with me, I will fuck their asses.
Like, if you don't believe that they can hurt you, they can't hurt you. That's kind of the way it works, really. That's kind of like demons are governed by the exact same rules as like any paranormal entity. Is like it's all down to your faith. How much you give them is how much they have. So yeah, I do see that. Also, one thing I realized, Astra, did you know that I did another paranormal talk on a channel before?
Oh, really? No, I didn't know about that.
It was on Xander's.
Oh, it was on Xander's?
It was on Xander's. It was a 2-part special on demonology.
Yo,
wow.
wait.
Pretty funny.
When was this?
It was a couple of months back. A couple of months back.
What?
I do remember. It was before you joined. Yeah. I do remember because I was watching. That's what the reason I think
So
I also approach more to
This only happens. Yeah, this only happens on Lucid channels, I guess.
Yeah. Attraction to the paranormal, I guess, on here. Yeah. I mean, I do make paranormal videos and stuff, but Yeah, wait,
Yeah, man.
hold on.
So funny.
I gotta pull that up.
Yeah, we went full like all into a lot of what I said now, just in very like big detail. We kind of went over like some dude did like demonology 101, and I just broke it down and pointed out inconsistencies and like explained some stuff.
Ah. Yeah. So what exactly is demonology? Because I feel like that's a term that does get thrown around a lot, but I don't feel like.
Can I
Honestly,
say that? Say that?
Yeah, go for
I
it.
know the answer.
Go for it.
Can I?
Go for
Okay,
it, go for
so
it.
look, so many years ago there was this king that is on the Bible that I'm gonna say his name, and the king was very sad, but he believed in God, and then God told him, okay, baby boy, you've been so good to me, so I'm gonna give you a bless. What do you want? And you know, the king said, give me wisdom. So God gave him like a lot of like stuff to make more
Yes,
stuff,
Solomon.
to know
Oh
stuff.
yeah, that's what I was.
And yeah, in between the thing that stuff that he knew because of the stuff he made, based on the stuff God tell him, he could study demons and he could study the angels too. So it's basically, there's a lot of books that talks about names and like stuff that happens down there, that like the orgies and all that shit. And yeah.
Yeah, fun fact,
Yeah.
there is no way to physically link that to Solomon.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
Wait, isn't that the story? Wait.
That's the story, yeah, but you know what else is the story? That a fat man climbs down my chimney every Christmas.
Jeez, I thought I was so smart. I thought I knew the answer. Okay,
No,
then
but
the new
that
answer
is
then.
that is the lore. It depends on if you want to believe it. I'm just saying that it's
Okay.
there's no direct link,
Hmm.
if that makes sense. So
Wait.
do with that information as you will. But I'm not saying that the stuff in that book isn't valuable. Here's the thing. Here's the difference between my knowledge and someone that would be more into witchcraft. Okay, okay, you know, this is a big thing. There are two ways.
Just call me a peasant, dear. I get it. It's okay.
No, there is. So the spiritual realm can be basically accessed in two different ways, through the divine route and through what is known as witchcraft. Witchcraft is a catch-all term. It doesn't point to a specific thing. It's just everything that isn't the divine way. So when you access the spiritual realm from divine way, it's like going to a doctor where they will give you as much medicine as you need to overcome a task, nothing more. So it's like no matter what task you have, no matter what illness you have, you get the medication you need to overcome it. The other option is to go through like the shady guy in the back of the alley, where he'll demand a payment, he requires something, but what you do with the power is up to you, and his stock tends to be limited. Is limited. It is limited. So that's why people that are like Wicca, or people that are pure like demon, what's called demon worship, they try to channel bigger demons because bigger demons have more of this medicine. Whereas with people that are on the divine side, it's very different, because we know that goes back to anything that is directly in your path you have full authority over. It's because of that. Whereas they can kind of do things, they can kind of do what they want. Now, a lot of times as well, the demons, it's a catch-all, because remember, it's all about their lifestyle, how they want to live. So they have to get something out of it too. Sometimes it's just pure entertainment of watching you ruin your life and go mad with power. Sometimes there's a catch that they want to like, it's almost like a monkey's paw.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. And so this, for example, there is we had a neighbor who he was called the poison man, is what they called whatever he was. And he had the ability to like, he'd like tap someone on the shoulder or something, and they would like get really sick, and then he'd suddenly show up really youthful the next day. And it got so bad that like people would just avoid him, right? Because once it got out, they avoid him, and eventually he started getting weaker and weaker and weaker, until one day his daughter gets really, really sick, and then ends up dying of a fatal illness. And now, once again, take with this as you will. I have no way to confirm whether or not any of this is true. This purely coincidence as far as proof is concerned. But people think that like he got so weak and he was about to die that he like ended up using his power on his own daughter. Right. So do you see how there's like give and take?
That's freaky, dude. So it's like getting a black market kidney.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, literally.
Whoa. No,
that is why there's two ways.
I'm gonna stick to my proper go to the hospital, get a kidney if I need it. You know?
It definitely would suggest, but you see why then witches and Wiccan people that perform witchcraft, it's a lot more there's a lot more steps and there's a lot more specific things they can do, different charms. My knowledge doesn't extend down that path, but you can see why. It's because most of my stuff is pure and comes from the source. So I don't need to worry about crafting it into other things. I don't need to worry about molding the power that I have or channeling it, because whatever I need, I get.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And it's clean.
But yeah. And it's clean.
He's calling me dirty.
No downsides. No downsides. It's just
Dirty.
once again, it's one of those things where that's crazy. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you're also expected to use it properly, right? You can't abuse it.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. But once again, then the power also comes from your trust that the doctor knows what's good for you and has your best interest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they definitely know better than me, that's for sure. Because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. All I know is I see stuff. I'm not scared of it, but I still see. But now I think I might know why I'm seeing so much stuff. At least
I still don't. But wait, I don't get it. Am I missing the conversation? Or I guess.
You're seeing things because, and I can tell you right now, you're seeing things because you entertain it. That's it. That's all it boils down to. The moment you no longer want to see it, the moment you get bored of it, the moment you think that it's like, okay, I'm done, you will stop seeing it. In your case.
Wait, how?
Because the ability for it to manifest exists within your own mind.
The information. Wait. I mean, I guess it's fun sometimes, but it's just something that. Wait, I need to think about it. Shut the hell up. Huh?
That's it. Like that's the answer. Like I know what more you want me to say, bro. I'm a guy. You can't vent to me, or I'll give you a solution.
Oh, that's so real. That's so real. No,
girlfriends.
No, my mind is exploding right now. I guess I do like drama. Okay, never mind then.
Not even that you like drama. It's just that like you kind of just acknowledge it's there. It's like a needy kid. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna keep asking you if you have games on your phone if you keep giving him your phone.
Yeah, you've made an iPad kid, Delta.
You made an iPad kid. Bro wanted like a sexy demon daddy, and I accidentally summoned an iPad kid.
No, I don't want to. No.
See, now you're not interested because you know it's just an iPad kid.
See, like the guitar fell because you weren't giving it enough attention.
No, but I mean, I guess it makes sense, but shouldn't it be bored by now? Because, for example, all my life I have been seeing stuff like that, like stuff going away. For example, I put a mug in the table, and then the mug is like
well, it's
away.
Obviously getting something out of it. There's something it's getting out of it from you. So who knows? Is it getting something?
Because, bro, it makes me fucking mad.
It's one of those things where like if it thinks it's holding you back in a way, or it's preventing you from doing something that would be a threat to it, then it's just gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, they don't want me to earn money. They want me to be poor. I see how it is. I see your intentions now, bitch. You think I'm not smart enough?
Yeah, it could.
Like, that's the thing.
It could be anything. It really could be a lot of different things. I mean, like for me, I guess in my case, it does kind of make sense looking back on some of my past relationships. I have some kind of perceived vulnerability that attracts even people that are like that. That maybe they even have something attached and I didn't realize. So something like that. I don't know. Like if you were saying that makes sense for you too, maybe it could be something like that.
And remember, it's good you specified perceived vulnerability because it can't read your mind. It can't read your mind, sorry. Specifically cannot read your mind. So like you said, it's a perceived vulnerability. That doesn't mean you actually have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct in all that. Like, yeah, hopefully, like I said, I'm a very practical person. I'm a very skeptical person. For me, it's seeing is believing. So that's why I like to make sure that everything makes sense. If something doesn't make sense, then I don't know enough about it. That's just all it is, really. You know?
Yeah.
Even the spiritual.
Wow. So much knowledge. By the way, we have actually a couple of experiences that I totally forgot.
Yeah.
I sent it to the chat. I don't know, because I know we have like 30 minutes before you left me alone with this guy. To get my ass fucked.
Whoa.
So,
Whoa.
I mean, I'm gonna need some privacy for that. You cannot watch. Unless you pay. So. He was totally sarcastic. Don't open your mouth yet, baby boy. You have to wait after stream.
Whoa. Whoa. I was like, wait, who's doing the ass?
Sorry. You can read the do you want to take turns? Because I guess we have some answers on the forum and I send it to the chat.
Let me see if I can.
Is it the only problem is you didn't show us any of the parts where it says anything we should not bring up. That's
Oh, okay. There's only one. Okay. There's only one answer in that, and it says, okay, look. Okay, look. It's only one answer, and it says, no, I'm okay.
Okay, bet. Cool. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take turns. Also, I do feel
So-
that. Make sure, like, if I'm talking too much, by all means, you know, go for it. I don't want to be like taking over the stream or anything.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
very
by the way,
educational though. Put a lot of stuff into perspective for me.
Guys, by the way, Astra is not reading his chat right now because maybe he's reading the forum. Don't dox yourself. Guys, I don't care about your name, your age, your city, your country, the status of your ass. Please don't share it with random people.
Delta, he said his real name is Fernando Tearsucker. I don't think that's his real name.
Oh, never mind then. We're not finished reading the Sorry. Okay, first shows your time out for 10 seconds. I'm so sorry, my bad. I apologize. I'm gonna suck it to you later. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
yeah, sure you are, Rena. Sure you are. Yeah.
Rena. What's up, Rena?
Local hag claims she's 21 is crazy.
Hag, bro. Yo.
Bro, there's no way Rena is younger than me. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
Oh, did you guys see the tweet? The Reels tweet? Can someone please tell Rita Estrella to stop playing Wordle in my DMs every single day? It's the funniest tweet I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
That's funny. The oh my gosh, but yeah, she wants to read out the first. Who wants to read out the first thingy?
Astra, do you want to read
yeah.
it?
All right. So I'm sending it in the order that you bro, I can't speak. I'm reading it in the order of which you sent. There we go. So,
Okay.
Luciano Kun.
Okay, I think the first one is okay. Yeah, read it.
No, let him read it. Let him read it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So this one's from Luciano Kun, who I know very well. I know it's a bit off topic, but why does Delta call Tio Noir? Why do you say Tio? Tio.
I don't say Tio. I don't say Tio. It's not Tio. It's Tyr. Tyr Noir. Right?
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think he's saying? Tio or Tyr?
Tyr. How? Okay, Tier no. Can you say your name?
Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah. Like my
Again, again,
Tier.
please.
tear.
Tier.
Yeah.
I'm saying it right. They're trying to
Yeah.
gaslight me. They're trying to gaslight me. I'm saying it right. There's no way. There's no way. I'm saying it right. Tier
See,
noir.
I want to gaslight Delta so bad, but everyone mispronounced my name. Delta's one of the few people that can pronounce it right, so I don't want to gaslight them.
Your ass. Okay. Sorry. I needed a win.
I'm going to not douche and just to get back at me.
Dude, why are you
Just to get back
simping
at you.
Tier? You should be simping me too. What the hell?
It's
Then, vlog time. Whenever Daddy Noir likes best. What the fuck?
Yo.
That's insane.
yeah, like don't worry, Delta. One day you'll learn. One day you'll learn my ways.
When I become a SMR daddy, right? I'm gonna have Sims.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Very-
That's right. I know. No, it's gonna
When you
happen. I
tire
believe
from
in
here on
myself.
out, Rena, that's it. I'm gonna dox you. I'm gonna type your real name
Tire.
every single day on Twitter.
Tire is crazy.
Damn. Tired Noir.
No. No. It doesn't even look like Tire.
I mean,
You'd be surprised. Some
Bruh.
people cannot read. Should we go on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
sorry. I was just writing
you're
the
good.
name on my mind, checking that I did it right. Okay.
That's crazy.
You wanna read the next one? Tire Noir.
Go for it. Go for it.
Me? Okay. What is the next one?
Oh, did you say you wanted me to read it? Okay.
Yeah, I say if you wanna read
Um,
it.
All right. This is more of a premonition, but years ago, I had a dream that a friend of mine and I would have a big argument in front of everyone. And even though it took place in a mall, the actual incident happened in school, like melting down and everything, and we yelled at each other and shit.
Oh.
I
do you
didn't
guys think of that?
understand.
Well, maybe the mall was.
Oh, you didn't understand? Okay, freaking.
Oh,
This
never
is
mind.
more
I
of a
got it.
premonition. God freaking damn it.
Sorry. I needed to. I really needed to. You're mocking me, right? You're mocking my comprehension ability. I see. It's okay. You hate me. I get it. It's okay.
Oh.
Just to
I mean,
check.
if
Default,
you're
right?
if you're waiting for me to deny it, I'm not going to.
That's so fucking mean. You see,
I'm
guys,
sorry.
this guy is so fucking mean to me.
I love
So
you,
fucking
Delta,
mean to
baby
me. You
boy,
know what I'm
and
gonna do?
my little boy.
My little.
This how Asian fathers show their love, Delta.
Guys, this guy is so mean to me. I don't know what to do anymore. I think it's because
Shut up.
I have like
No, Delta.
big and squishy boobs. Or
Ah,
I don't
no.
know. Please
I don't like. I'm uncomfortable.
check my Patreon, please.
Just plug your Patreon.
I have the power from 6 more months. Be a scared noir. I have the power to cancel Leon dive. Don't forget about that.
This is the end, boys.
No.
But yeah.
Okay. So
what do you guys think of
the
dreams?
person dreamt about they argue with a friend and they argue with a friend, right?
Yeah.
It almost.
Do you guys have
seems-
any experiences with dreams and stuff?
Many.
Okay, I do have also a comment about that. You know, there's a strange theory that is basically, I don't know how it's called, but it's a scientific theory. It's basically manifestation, but it's playing under a scientific perspective. That is basically how, because you know, time and space around us happen in parallel. You know, for
Yes.
example, there's a theory that basically, in concept, is that we are living now, but is also the people in the 1970s. You know, they're also living in the same space of us. It's just different time.
Yeah,
you know.
you're talking about specifically the what's it called? The concept that a fourth dimensional being can experience all of time in an instant.
Exactly. So, for example, sometimes you know that something is gonna happen, like maybe in a dream, but it's not a dream. It's actually you living the stuff, just in a different time, because you share the same space and you are the same person. It's just you in a different time, and you dream it because for some reason your conscious travels through the time but not through space. So when you wake up, or for example when you stop daydreaming, or when you, I don't know, you pass out for some reason and you regain your consciousness, you have the memory of that, even though you shouldn't, but for some reason it's strange, you have it. And that actually happened, but your memory tries to make it sense. Your brain tries to shape that memory to make sense with your context right now, since your brain knows that you haven't lived that yet. So change some details, change some people, some names, in order for it to make sense. And sometimes it passes like a dream, because as you may also know, your brain tends to shape and change stuff in order for you to not get traumatized. So yeah. So that's my answer. If it's right, probably done. Probably I'm not even know what I'm talking about, but I read it someday, somewhere. I read it. I know. I'm very sure of that.
No,
maybe I hallucinated.
I think it makes sense. It makes logical sense if we have the capacity to access that sort of thing. It could definitely be a possibility. My immediate thought was maybe it's symbolic or representative of something. So the setting of a mall. And I don't know exactly what it would represent, because it kind of depends on the person, but that was just my sort of knee-jerk, not reaction, but understanding.
Now we can hear the opinion of the person that actually knows what he's talking about.
Oh yeah. It's what's it called? If you dream about something happening and it's stuck in your mind, then you're going to, and if you're worrying about it too much, then it does increase the chance of it happening. There are, so demons and dark entities, they can, like, I think that they can, what do you call, now this kind of going in the realm of like theory based on what I know, so it's not like this is written anywhere, but in the same way that you can influence your friends by like kind of whispering them into their ear while they sleep to have certain dreams, I think entities can do that, and they will do that if they think that they can have a gotcha moment where like, haha, I caused you to dream about this thing and now it happened, look at how powerful I am and how much you should be scared of me. I think that there's definitely a possibility of that, but equally so there's a possibility of like confirmation bias, where if you're constantly thinking that you're going to have friends or a fight with your friend, then something happens, it could spark that. And I've had situations where I've had a fight with a friend in a dream and it's been really realistic, and I was kind of pissed off with them even though I knew it was a dream. And I, even interacting with them, I was a little bit uncomfortable, but I knew it was a dream. I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, you kissed another girl you kissed another girl in your dream, you're cheating on me. Not like that, but like, but you know what, like the image is still in your mind, and it still does affect you.
I dreamt you not fuck my mom. He's not my friend anymore. Okay.
Oh
I mean, that wasn't a dream. But I mean, what?
Ooh. Oh. Damn.
No! Get out of here. Get out of here. I despise you so much. I hope you perish.
But yes, so that would be my take on it, because like demons cannot specifically give you the dream, but they can influence your dreams. There are gifts of prophecy and things like that through dreams, and there's been documented proof of this. But those tend to not be from the bad guys.
Yeah, I've had both bad and good. So that's actually why I went to hypnotherapy, was for the bad one, because in my dream I was literally fighting demons. I'm not going to get too detailed because it was very grotesque.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, I have to see the most gory, disgusting stuff in my dreams. I mean, I'm slaying demons every night, but still nasty. I got hypnotherapy,
Yeah.
and then I'm still doing that, but it's not gory, disgusting anymore. But
Yeah, it's that makes sense.
Damn.
yeah,
That makes sense, right? Because if it's enough that it started to perturb you and it started to like get kind of put you off a bit, then yeah, that would make sense as to why it would be done. And hopefully as well after our conversation you kind of see why it would be done.
yeah,
And it also now based on that, like I said, the good dreams are actual dreams that are given to you. The bad dreams are manipulated. Like they're manipulating your body's natural dream cycle.
yeah.
If you get what I mean, it's like whispering into your ear, and that's why hypnotherapy would work. You know what I mean?
That makes complete sense. Yeah, I think back on the good ones too, and it also makes sense because like it was when I was sick, but I didn't know I was sick, and in this dream, there's like a Greek feast laid out in front of me, like a huge Greek feast, and I didn't know what the food was. I'd never seen it before in my life, and I was like, you know, I'm looking at this food, I'm like, this looks amazing. What is this? And I hear in this like loud booming voice, this is the food that will heal you. So then, you know, some weeks later, I go to the hospital and I have, I almost die, but I'm good. But I get diagnosed with either ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, which is
Right.
probably more like Crohn's now. And they're like, yeah, your diet, the best diet for this is Mediterranean, which is super weird. So I'm like, okay, well, I've dreamed of that already. So then I go back to the US at this point. And when I get back to the US, this isn't a dream, but I was teaching guitar. And one of the parents of one of the students I was teaching comes up to me and says, hey, try this. And I was like, oh, what's this? It's baklava. I'm like, wait, what? Isn't that Greek?
I love baklava.
It is so good. And he's like, there's a family that runs a restaurant like literally like a minute's like walk that way. I was like, what? So it's like everything clicks together. It's really weird, you know. But yeah, the dreams kind of preceded it all.
And there's always going to be, if it is from the good, then there's always going to be confirmation about it. There's always going to be extra steps that tell you whether it's not as good. That's one of the big things when it comes to communication directly with divine. I always tell people it's a 3-step process. Firstly, you have to ask, right? You know, put your hands together, close your eyes, ask if it's really from the person you think it is. It's like a phone call, like, hello, is this? If this isn't this person, yeah, I don't want it in my brain. And then that person who's with you, well, you'll feel it like almost get from your brain.
Yeah.
And which is a very important step. Then number 2, if the person then lies and says, yes, this is this person, then you have to look at what they're saying. Because that person has very documented ways of behavior and how they are and their nature. And if what this thing is telling you to do does not line up with their nature, like let's say, yeah, go like, you know, do what do you play Binding of Isaac? Like,
I've never played it, but I know of it.
Wow, something crazy just happened on your stream.
What?
There was a big encoding error that just happened in your stream. That's weird. Anyway. Yeah, did you just see it pop up in the VOD? That's crazy.
Yeah, wait a minute. What the hell?
Huh?
Stuff's happening.
Yeah, like I said, this is some juicy knowledge. There are things that do not want people knowing this.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yep. I see my like bit rate and stuff dropping, or whatever that is, down at the bottom. My connection's not clear apparently.
But it
we should
be
also
like that,
preface.
right?
We should
That's
also
so
preface
crazy.
right now that for some reason today Delta's power went out and it's still not on. That's why Delta's on the phone.
Yep. That.
Yeah.
I didn't even put that one together.
I thought that one was obvious, bro.
Whoa! Wait a moment. That's actually insane.
We would have been on 2 channels otherwise.
Yeah.
But one big thing is, so it's got to line up with their behavior. You got to ask if it is that thing, and then afterwards, freaking double check and ask again, and you will know. Like, you will know And in your case, that 100% lines up, right? That 100% lines up.
Yeah. No, it's like it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's so in your face. I don't know how to explain it.
Yep. Like there was one time where I was starving after college, and I don't like bothering my parents because they're the kind of parents that will take out a loan if so that I can go buy a cheeseburger. Right?
Holy crap.
sorry. Lo siento. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Lo siento is crazy. Lo siento is
I
crazy.
went. Sorry. No, you're reading your fucking chat.
That's so funny.
It's just that we are like scared, you know, in suspense, like, oh my god, that makes so much sense, you know, like we're like expanding our minds right now for all the casualties that happened today, and then fucking Ferg Jones is like, I'm not sure what the conversation's about, but can you ask Deer to show his nipples?
Oh yeah, I mean that's very valid. That's very valid. The very fortuitous thing. That is a very fortuitous move.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for getting the mood. I just couldn't stop.
That's so funny.
I could pin that if you
were
want.
Talking about.
Should we pin
Are
that?
you gonna show your nipples without me? Yeah.
No, don't worry. You only you get to see my nipples today.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Here, let me pin
I mean,
this.
Astra, you can if you hold the video camera, you can watch as well technically.
Oh, sure. I could do that.
You give me the camera guy.
Yeah. but yeah. When things happen, you know it's in your face enough that you know what happens. When it's not good, just know that it's not in your head. It's just a what do you call it? It's just manipulation. Like they're just manipulating you.
Yeah.
Emotional manipulation.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, should we go on to the next one? I have 15 minutes left.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Let me check which the next one. I guess it's my turn,
Actually,
right?
did you have something to add to that, Astra?
Oh no, that's like kind of a lot of describing a lot of my experiences. They're similar with dreams, but yeah, that's kind of the gist.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, like you have said so much stuff that it's slowly clicking with some experience of mine as well. So I'm like,
I'm taking
also
away your
very...
power, Delta. You're fucked, Delta.
Don't forget where your power comes from, dude. It's fucked up that literally my power comes from ignorance. That's so fucked up.
IQ is Delta's kryptonite.
Oh no.
Brother! I fucking hate you. You're so mean to me. I'm smart, you know. I know it's stuff. You're so mean.
I never said you didn't.
Okay. The next response is so funny, you know. It says like, do you have any experience you like to share during a stream? Yes, I have. And then there's nothing.
They not share the rest. Did they not share any experience?
No, Yuki. I think I read Yuki was going to the hospital for some reason, so maybe they're not here anymore. But fucking Yuki, dude. Yuki, I'm looking at you in the eyes, like fucking Yuki.
Right.
So I guess we can move to the next one.
All right. So this one is from Mesmin-kun, who I'm also very familiar with. As a kid, I was messing with the thermal camera on the iPad outside scanning the sky. For 2 seconds, I saw a white figure that I could only describe as an apparition fly across the camera. Couldn't find it after that. So what do we think?
Ooh.
Physical manifestation.
Ooh.
Yeah, what do you guys think of that?
I mean, it could...
Maybe it was a fly.
Yeah, it could have been a lot of things, because from what I know, thermal cameras tend to be pretty sensitive, but it could have also been a manifestation of something. But, I think without any, like, other evidence, it's kind of hard to tell. Personally. That's my initial thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
I
I would.
mean, can I say something?
Yep. Bitrate gone again, by the way.
Oh, can you hear me? Hi.
No, it's Astra. It's
Hi.
on Astra's side. I can hear you fine.
Wait, what's
It's in
happening?
the stream. It
Oh.
was your bitrate died again.
Bruh. No.
No, you're good. You're good.
Damn.
It only drops for like a little bit.
It's trying
Okay,
everything, but it won't
so-
work.
Exactly.
Damn. I mean, we're going to end soon, so it's fine. So you know, you actually can. Okay, so from the thermal cameras, you know, thermal cameras don't actually don't only catch heat. You know, it's also catch warm surfaces, and not everything that it catches is alive. You know, it's basically what the thermal camera does is catches infrared radiation, and it could be, for example, heat signatures on light, or not living objects that also can emit radiation or can reflect it. So it can be water leaks, or maybe also can catch some buildings that have like an architectural defect that can reflect the thermal heat or whatever, right? So what they caught in the camera can be a lot of things. Actually, can even be can even be like a leaf that is reflecting the radiation from the sun or whatever. Like that's, I don't know. That's my take, because when I was a child, I used to play a lot with spy kids that my dad bought me.
Oh yeah.
So I remember I did stuff like that in the sky and that stuff, and then at the beginning I thought they were fairies. At the beginning
That's
I
really
was
fun.
counting fairies, you know, because okay, my defense, I was like 6 years old, okay, and I have with my infrared fucking binoculars, you know, and I was like, I thought that I found fairies, and I was so happy and excited. But then when I did my research on internet, I discovered that, well, thermal things don't cut only alive stuff, but also leaves and air, and even petals that sometimes get disintegrated on air because they're flying too much, and stuff like that, you know. So
It could have been fairies.
yeah, life is full of disappointments.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. Like, but yeah, for me it's curious because I'm like I said, this is outside of my realm of expertise, because like I said, this is when the demon is, or if there is supernatural, it's already in the physical, which I try to avoid, right? But in this case, I always wondered, is like, why would they let themselves be captured? Because realistically, if it's a non-lethal entity, I mean, it's a big thing. Like, I don't know if they do give off all the signs, or if they're choosing to give off the signs, right? That's the big thing for me. I don't see why they would not want to, because I feel like if something wants to be seen, it's going to make itself seen. And if it's not going to be seen, then it's probably not going to be doing all the other stuff as well. You know what I mean? So that one's kind of a mystery to me, of like, is there a benefit to them being seen? Is there a benefit to them showing themselves? I guess there is. There's a lot that I can think of. But in terms of just a random photo, is it like, oh, if I spook this person, is that going to turn into a vulnerability I can exploit? That's all I can think of if it is an apparition. But like Delta said, it might not be as well. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's really hard to explain, and it's hard to give you like a concrete answer, because, you know, if I'm there, then yeah, I can feel it and sense it. But like, if I'm not there, then, you know, it could be literally anything.
Do you have the thing where you can sense it through photos? Because I know you didn't say you're like a medium per se. The medium that knew all this shit, like, was like looking at photos, and he was like, like, you know,
Fucking link or click, you know.
See, I can
Sorry.
give you a very simple answer that links into what I said before. Do you remember the whole thing about the shady guy in the back of the alley?
yeah.
It ties back to that, right? If there's no reason for me to be able to see things through a photo, then I won't be shown it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So it's case by case kind of deal.
Photos are scary. I'm just saying, because
There's
you know, my family tends to take a lot of photos, and I I have got, but my grandma used to keep these albums, like big ass albums, and they were like a lot. They were a whole library because my family is very big, you know. So they have a lot of pictures, old pictures, and stuff like that. And every time when I was a child and in family meetings, they will just show the albums for people to see and spend time together, I guess. Every time I will take one of those albums and I will see one of those pictures, I will find something weird, like a face or a person of a leg just hanging on the fucking roof when it wasn't supposed to be, and stuff like that. And you know, I have this very, for example, one meeting one Sunday, we were just watching the pictures, and I see this fucking leg right hanging on the roof. But it was like, for example, we were in the living room. It was like some people of my family, and it was one leg just like on the roof, and it was like, because it was a white and black picture, it was just the shape of a leg, right? But you can see, oh, it's something that the camera caught, like it's dirty and shit like that. But you can see the leg, and the leg has like a shadow on the floor, you know.
Oh yeah.
And the leg is very knitted, that is like a shoe, and it's fucking pants, you know. So when we were talking to the people that was on the picture, they were like, there was nothing on the floor. We didn't have decoration. We didn't have, not even the light bulb of anything was there. The next Sunday, because when I was a child, my family used to meet every Sunday. My grandmother took up the albums again, and I tried to show more people the leg, because it was a fucking leg. And when I tried to show them the leg wasn't there anymore. Like, wasn't in the picture anymore. Like, it had disappeared. And the people that actually saw the leg on the day with me, they were like, "Oh my fucking, like, we saw the leg. Like, we are not lying to you."
Yo.
But because my family is also Christian, they just omit the memory and never talk about that ever again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that can definitely happen. That can very much happen. Because like I said, Duran, it's one of those things where they can show themselves if they want, right? But depending on how much power is fed into them. So it is definitely, yeah, I can definitely see that happening. But yeah, like, as just kind of go back into what you were saying as well. There have been times where someone's been like, "Hey, do you sense anything on me?" And I've literally looked at them. Delta, you were there. Oh, your stream just went down.
What?
No, it's back. No, it's back. It's back. It's back. It actually just went down for a second.
It's trying everything.
For real.
Damn it! Wait,
Delta, you were in the call with me when I said I don't sense anything on you, but there's someone extremely close to you where I do sense it. And so do you see what I mean? So I don't need a picture.
Oh.
Do you know if that makes sense? Like,
yeah.
You don't
Wait,
even need
did you say that to me?
You were you were in the call when I said it to the other person.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And it's
I
not
don't
something
remember,
I'd be able
but
to do now, because it's one of those things where it's like, we're also called to not make a big show of things. It's not supposed to be a magic act, so it's not like I can do it right now. But like I said, it's with the power that we have on this side, it's so clean that we don't even need other mediums. You get what I mean? Like, yeah. So, but it's entirely possible for a medium who is performing some form of witchcraft to be able to tell through photos. Because remember, though, all it needs is one of those things following you to just tell it, right? That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. So it kind of makes kind of sense there. But yeah, hopefully that answers.
Oh. No, that's fascinating, because not getting too much into religion even with that specific person, but he's pretty open about being, Christian and stuff.
Yeah.
So even with that, like,
with the medium, yeah. I mean, if they give it, then it's fine. But you also have to look at, like, are they taking money for that? Or is it truly what they say? I'm not saying it's not.
I'll have to think about that one a little bit, because looking back,
we have to meditate a lot
yeah.
after this stream.
No, I got a lot of work to do after this, actually.
Yeah.
Here's
We have one last.
I'll finish the point real quick, because this is kind of an important thing. Do you know why we only have authority over ourselves? Can you guess why we only have authority over ourselves? Why we can't really make big shows out of things? Why we can't do any of that? Have you got any idea why?
Because
It's
God gets angry.
it seems like, I mean, it seems like it's intertwined with free will. So each individual person
Close.
has to choose, is my thought.
Are you aware of the second temptation in the desert? Also, your extreme keeps going down. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
But yeah, yeah. Are you aware of the second temptation in the desert?
The
Throw
horse!
yourself off. It's the throw yourself off the temple and have the angels catch you. And the answer is basically like no, because that people are coming for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we cannot perform the things is solely because if you're in danger, your first thought shouldn't be, I need to call Tyr
Yeah,
for protection. Do you see what I mean?
that makes complete sense.
So based on that, that's why you always have to be careful with mediums and stuff, because if the power is divine, then that person should always be turning that person towards the divine. If it starts to be, oh, I'm in danger, I need to see this medium, that's not good.
Yeah.
It should be more like, oh, if this medium does believe, then I should be entitled to it as much as they are. that makes sense.
That does make complete sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always a red flag when it comes to those kind of things.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, looking back, that is really fascinating. So yeah, I definitely
A lot.
don't think it was divine then, if you put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, once again, preface, I don't know the guy. I'm not there. I'm going based off context of what I know. So I don't want to be the person that like throws someone on the bus that's fully. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fully, like in the green, but just based on my own knowledge.
Yeah. No, I mean he did take money for it too, so it was kind of.
Oh yeah, yeah, probably no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely no. I can tell you right now that's not an okay thing.
Yeah, I literally paid money to get outed to my family that I brew alcohol in the closet and stuff. So, bruh.
Yeah, it's a hard one, right? Because it's like, do they themselves know that it's not a good thing, right? Because you never know where a person's mindset is. But yeah, we're gonna have to speed run through the last one.
Yeah.
I do have to go. Technically, work is in an hour, but I do have to.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You can read it. You can read it because I
Oh.
think you can. Yeah.
Okay, when I was around 3, I was in my woods on the outside of a little town I lived in, got lost, but when I kept walking, I'd gotten stuck in some building. When I tried to leave the place, the door wouldn't open, all I kept hearing were voices, but no one else was there. But I did see like 3 or 4 figures. Okay, and they said they'll have someone on stream to listen, and yeah, okay. So they're not here at the moment, but that's their story.
Huh.
Damn, that's so fucking scary.
Stuck in some building.
Look, also check out your chat. Look at this. It's really messing with your chat. It's really messing with it.
What the hell?
Really messing with things.
Yeah, I can't even load like the preview thing on my side right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
I did say this would happen. I did.
Yep. Well,
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because this is so spooky.
that is wild.
Damn. Okay, I do want to share this, even though it's gonna take you more time. Sorry, dear. It's gonna be short. So when I was a child, my grandparents' house, there's like this big like hole with water. I don't know how it's called. Because for water, for bathing and stuff,
Mhm.
right? So this big hole was had like the cover was a big square of cement, but it had like a small line on the downside, so you could see the water and also check if the things were working and stuff like that. When we were child, we were forbidden to go in there because it was very dangerous. Imagine like the cement breaks or you fall onto the fucking hole and stuff like that. I do remember I was playing on the yard near that thing, and I have like this toy and it fell into the hole, and I tried to catch it. And when I tried to catch it, I put my hand inside and I felt like someone was like grab me and
Ew.
put me inside the hole.
Ew.
And-
Terrifying.
But it wasn't like a physical thing. I felt just like a pressure, you know. It wasn't like someone grabbing me like from there. I didn't feel the water, not anything. It was just like gravity, but it was very, very strong. So I fell into that hole, and I used to stay there, and I was so scared because of the water. I wasn't that hurt, but I started
Also,
screaming
can I
because
pause for 1 second?
One
big thing is, remember, especially with tech issues, nothing. Don't ever be like, oh, okay, things can interfere with tech. If you believe it can, it will. So if you be like, no, you don't have authority here, stop messing with it, go away, then it has to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, don't be pussies. It's okay.
Don't be
We're just
pussies.
Exactly. That's honestly the truth. Yeah.
We're just being dramatic, guys. Oh, the ghosts are in my phone and they're gonna see my porn.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you. Don't actually come in clutch with that explanation. Anyway, carry on.
Okay, but then I was screaming because I was scared. I was in a fucking hole. Everyone was dark, and the only light I saw was on this line. But the funny thing is that I was a child, but I wasn't a small child. I have never been a small child. I have
Still a
strong
small child,
bones.
that's
Okay, there was no way, because it was a fucking line, right? There was no way my body could pass that line. Like, not physically wait for my body to pass that line. My head was way bigger than that fucking line. So I was very confused at the beginning. I was like, how the fuck did I fall in here, right? I started screaming, but nobody came, and I just resigned myself, and I just sit because I was all wet already. So I will sat there, waiting for someone to just walk by, and when someone walked, I guess that they will hear me, right? But funny thing, I fell asleep in there.
Oh.
crazy.
I fell
And
asleep
everyone just
in
didn't know where you
there.
were.
Yeah.
How did they find you?
Yeah.
Oh, they found me hours later, you know, because they actually thought I was lost. So they actually were very close to call the police. They didn't know where I am, especially because I was asleep and I didn't hear them calling my name, right?
Oh
Funny
no.
thing, when I was asleep, in my dream, I saw this face looking me from the line of that hole. And it was like, I saw like a necklace that it was like blue neck. I have like the details on my mind of that face. It wasn't a scary face. It was like it was a woman, and it was like very normal, but I didn't know that woman. And it was my dream. In my dream, I was sat in the place I sleep, and I was watching that face, right? But I was just there in silence, looking at each other until I woke up. And when I
Whoa.
woke up, it felt really weird because it was like, since my dream was me in the same position looking at the same direction, when I woke up, the face wasn't there anymore. But I knew it was like a dream, right? And then some minutes later, I felt like some steps, very worried. I felt my mom was yelling because she was very worried, right? She was like, where is he? Like, you know, like disappearing, right? And I was like, I'm here, take me out. And then I got scolded for fair reasons, right? But it was a while because, you know, there also the cement thingy was on my head. So they had to be careful to not hit me with the cement, and that was very dramatic. But at the end, I got out. But I do feel the fear of being just trapped in a place, just seeing stuff, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, which is basically very similar to the experience that the other person had where they got stuck. I think that specific locations can become haunted, and how they become haunted is every single person that either in your case, if it's like one dream that makes you fear the location, or many people that somewhat fear a location, that's enough. Like, let's say all the doors are open just enough to let a little bit of something in, that adds up. That's why locations are notoriously harder to exercise than people, because it requires a lot of if you can imagine like the intricacies of that, where it's many people fearing something. That's another reason why I don't go sharing too much.
Yeah.
The plot twist, you know what's the plot twist? In one of those albums of my grandmother, the plot twist, in one of those albums of my grandmother, there was pictures of my grandfather when he was traveling, you know, and he belonged to this tribe. The woman on the photograph, there was a photograph of him, and it was the woman that was looking at me because I
Whoa.
recognized the same necklace, the same hairstyle,
go.
the same everything. And I never in my life, like when I fell, I never in my life saw that woman until some weeks later when I saw the photographs. Because at that point, I was also scared of photographs because of the fucking food, right? So I avoided to watch them and stuff. But some weeks later, for X reasons, I saw that picture and it was that woman. It was like, okay, I see, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually so freaky, dude. Yo.
That was the plot twist, and never again. I have never in my life until now. I don't watch albums. I don't watch pictures. Like I don't believe that they have any power, but I just avoid them because ignorance is power.
Ignorance is
your
power.
Case, yeah, 100%. Ignorance is power is crazy. You know what's gonna happen is like you're gonna get so fucked up because it's like the wind is gonna like blow a photo onto the ground and you're gonna look at it and then that's gonna be like the one most horrifying photo ever and you're gonna be so fucked.
Brother, don't tell me that shit. I'm gonna
Oh my
be so
God.
fucking
I'm just making
sad.
sure you're ready. I'm just making sure you're ready.
No, don't tell me that shit. The only photographs I watch is from my phone because I don't believe. I mean, you know what's my technique? I have so much fucked up porn on my phone that no demon dares to get inside. Okay? I had some shit here that no human eye, no mankind, not even the most fucked up guy on this earth can tolerate the shit I have on my phone.
Oh.
That's my secret, guys.
That is your
Share the
superpower.
word.
So that's why at the end of this stream we're going over Delta's search history and what's on his phone.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull up the screen really quickly.
So
Okay,
what is this?
yeah,
Big
you can give the
booty.
actual opinion.
Oh my gosh. John, I was gonna say something else. I don't want to get banned. But the what do you call it? But yeah, no. I think it can definitely happen. I think. Did you have any experiences like that, Astra?
Nothing that specific. I mean, sometimes I go to a location, I'm like, something feels weird here, but it's not. Nothing as visceral as that.
Do you feel that kind of tightness in your? It's not tightness, but almost feels like there's like this weird, weight to the air.
It feels like something is always behind you, if that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I get. Like something's just right there, right behind you, even if there's nothing.
The yeah. Okay. I'll leave that one there for reasons. But the but yeah, no, there's definitely moments where you can sense that things aren't right, and a lot of times that can really amplify and get worse, and especially locations can have power depending on how much people can give to it. All it takes is for one thing to kind of be like, okay, I'm going to manifest, I'm gonna make this thing worse, and then I'm gonna be like, you know, do whatever I want with these people because they're all so scared of it. And that's, I think, something that to keep in mind when you're going into these like, let's say specifically haunted locations, because it goes beyond, it really does go beyond your area of influence. Now the upside is if you have to go there, then you're gonna feel the darkness close, but you're gonna feel the light even closer. And I've been in situations like that where even countries where the moment I step off, there's this big force. There was one time where someone asked us to like do a little prayer for someone. And suddenly both me and actually my mother is very sensitive as well. I only found this out like quite recently. It was actually, this was the moment I found out she was similar to me. Where I'm in the back seat of the car, she's in the front seat, close her eyes, and then we're about to, and then suddenly we feel like a push against our chest, and like me and her both like fly backwards and eyes fly open, and everyone in the car is like, what happened? It was like at the same time, and we're just like, something just yanked us out of a dangerous place. Like we were connecting to something that was dangerous, and we just got yanked out of there, almost like, you know, when you're pulled off a road when like just in time for to dodge a car.
Yeah.
It was like that, but like spiritual. And then we found out that the person that we were praying for was involved in some kind of dark shit.
Oh.
Shit. Don't
that's
come
when
to
I found out
Latin
that my
America.
mom. But like that's when I found out that my mom was super like sensitive to it as well. Because we were like in different parts. Like we didn't see each other, and our eyes were closed.
That
You know,
is
yeah.
wild.
Don't ever come to Latin America. Sorry, baby boy. I will give my ass. I will take my ass there. I will take my ass there. Don't worry. You don't have to come.
Yeah, you come over here. So okay, super chats in the chat. Fund Delta's airplane ticket.
Yeah. Let's make it happen, guys. Come on.
But guys, this is where I'm gonna have to call it. I do have to go to work. I hope that I was able to like share some knowledge with you guys, and
Very
hopefully I
much.
wasn't able to do.
I don't think I did any damage. I didn't really touch on anything really deep. So that things that people could like misunderstand and like fuck them up. I don't think we did anything like that, thankfully.
Yeah.
So
No,
my conscience is
and
clear.
guys, remember, it's just don't be crybabies, okay? If you see a ghost, if you see a demon, do you know what you do? You unzip your pants.
That actually
Right.
does legit work. Sometimes if I'm
Yeah.
in my room, I feel I just strip naked, it goes away.
Strip naked and do the helicopter. You
Power
know,
move. Yeah. Now the downside is, like I said, there is always the thing where you in one sense it feeds on your fear and chokes out the power, but the only danger is if you fuck up. You're playing like a dangerous game, right? Whereas if you go down like a more divine method, or even like dare I say like with witchcraft and like wards and stuff, there's that second layer of protection that like even if you mess up, or even in a part of your head like you're just putting on a front and you're not actually like let's say your confidence wavers for a second, that's the danger there, because then it's like, I can see you're not really feeling brave right now, you know what I mean? So that's the only danger there, so be careful. Just kind of know your own limits kind of thing.
Yeah.
imagine I get a strip and they see my 2 centimeters of pure fury and then mock me, right?
Oh, yeah, but you'd get off to that. That's the difference. Like you're into that.
No, it's not as small. It gets bigger, I swear. It gets bigger.
Grower, not a shower.
Okay.
Growing out exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Sorry for the scuff. I really, guys, if my power comes back once the stream is over, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Oh
Probably
my
won't, but
god.
just give it 5 minutes. But
That
yeah,
would be so
I really gotta run though. But thanks so much for having me on, guys.
Thank you
Hit me
so-
up whenever if you guys need anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You definitely opened my eyes a little bit. I got some work to do now.
Oh my gosh, the
Dude,
wind.
me too.
Alright,
The wind.
No, I just opened my door. That's my and bye.
Bye-bye.
Astra. Now he's going we can fuck.
Yo, wait. What? It was me? I didn't know you were talking about me.
Damn, I actually have a lot of things to think about now.
Yeah. No, I was like, this is hitting a little too close to home right now. A little bit too accurate.
You know, it's just I'm so happy with this collab. You know, we have to talk about more paranormal experience because I think you have
Yeah.
a lot.
No, I still have so many I don't think I've ever talked about ever. Like on stream. I don't even know like if I've talked about with like friends and stuff. So we got plenty of material because I didn't know that story about you getting trapped in a.
I have a lot, dude, but I just some of the stuff I also don't share because I don't want people to think I'm crazy. You know, I actually because of the dreams and that shit, I got like evaluated. Like my family took me to the hospital because they thought I was schizophrenic. So I actually stopped sharing that stuff because I don't want people to think that I'm actually insane in that way. You know,
Yeah.
like not for real at least.
No.
Right.
Well, if you're crazy, then I'm also crazy. So that's how this works. Because we've had.
What is the most like strange? I think we already talked. I mean, I do have time, so I do want to talk about it. But let me know if you gotta go.
Yeah, probably in 15 minutes I need to go because I have to run and go to the grocery store because my grandmother broke her arm, so she can't.
That's so cool. Okay, yeah. I just want to know what is your like most strange experience, like the most crazy one.
Craziest one. I mean, the most in your face one that I've had was the very first one that I had when I was a kid. So someone in my family had been messing with like witchcraft stuff, and
Damn, no.
yeah,
Okay.
I didn't know about it, but one day I never woke up when I went to sleep, but for some reason this night I woke up. And I look at the foot of my bed, and I gotta give a trigger warning, graphic warning, gory, disgusting details here. I look at the foot of my bed, and I see like a decapitated head on a pedestal. And it takes me like probably 5-10 seconds to register what I'm looking at. Because what the hell, right? You don't look at that and just be like, oh yeah, no, that's a decapitated head. You know?
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'm gonna respond to that later. Go on, finish the story.
Yeah, so I see that, and I, of course, you know, after about 10 seconds, I freak out, run out of my room. And ever since then, I've had like insomnia, even though I'm not afraid of that stuff anymore. I've had like permanent insomnia. It's wild.
Dude. Okay, so, brother, okay, look. 2 years ago, I think 2 years and a half, you know, I already knew I have these sleeping problems, okay? Until now, I still have them sometimes. But funny thing, I actually got used to them, and I got used to seeing weird shit, right?
Yeah.
I do remember, you know what surprises me is like, your dreams are like very gory, you know, very like explicit in that kind of way.
Yeah.
And my dream, what scares me about mine is how real they feel in the way that they're very normal. Like I cannot, sometimes I cannot, the problem that I had was that I wasn't able to identify that it was a dream.
Yeah.
Because of how natural and, you know, normal it was.
It being normal is almost like a little bit freakier to think about, though, because
yeah,
like,
it's, when you start looking at the details and say, wait, this is not how it's supposed to be, and then you and then I was like, oh, this is a dream, right? And I was until I woke up. I do remember one time I was sleeping, you know, in my bed.
yeah.
I woke up. I woke up and I was surrounded by eyes and, you know, like
Eyes.
also decapitated heads, you know, but heads of people, like random people, like I never met before, like just people, and they were like just hanging there, and it was like very bloody, and like it was like very, very gross because I could feel the movement and everything around me, like, and I felt there like I was the responsible of that scenario, you know.
Yeah, ew, feeling the movements.
Yeah. And I do remember, because it was a dream, one thing that I learned about dreams is that I cannot freely move my body. So the only way I can move my body is when I, for example, in the dream, I have just the ability to move one thing of my body. It can be, for example, my eyes, it can be my arm or another arm or shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I cannot control my dreams. I know that people say, oh, lucid dreams are so cool because you can fly. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how the fuck they not.
Like
I have been, brother, I have had lucid dreams since I was a child, and I have never in my fucking life been able to control them.
It sounds more like sleep paralysis to me.
It can be, right? I think it's like a combination of them, but well, I saw this fucking head, and I do remember that at the time I was in midterms. I was tired as heck, and you know, like university study that doesn't sleep for a week, and then it spends like 20 hours sleeping, shit like that, right? I was so tired. I used to have to like deliver my work and everything. I open my eyes, I see that scene. It was disgusting because I also feel the smell, and it was like a fucking rotten, I don't know if you have ever went to like a funeral and stuff, and you feel like, and you go to the dead person, and the dead person smells like a dead person, and also with chemicals and stuff.
Yep. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, it smells like that, but really, really strong, like really strong, and I woke up. I saw a fucking head on the side of my bed, you know. And I was so tired that I just kicked the head out of my bed, and I was like, "Let me fucking sleep."
No way! You just punted it like a football.
I threw it like a football ball, and I felt like someone, like I always sleep with my door closed. I also, that's another thing, I cannot sleep with open things,
Yep.
open door, open closet. No way, I have to close everything. I felt like my door was opening and someone was watching me, but I was so tired, dude. I was so fucking tired, and I knew it was a dream. I was like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Fuck me in my dream. And I was so tired that I just kick out the head like a fucking ball. My hand
Oh my
was like with
God.
this greasy, bloody texture because the head was dirty, right? With grease and fat and stuff. It was disgusting. It was
Ew.
disgusting. But I was so tired, I just go back to sleep. And then when I went back to sleep, I woke up. Since that day, I actually was less scared of the dreams. Like, it was like something clicked in me because I was terrified. I was terrified of falling asleep, and I had insomnia and a lot of shit. And I was like, why am I such a pussy? You know, it's like, it was someone clicking me. Like, what they're gonna do? Like, if they fuck me on my dream, like, what they're gonna do? Like, I'm actually dying. At that time, I also was like going to the hospital because I was very sick. So I was like, what are they gonna do? Kill me? I'm actually dying anyway. So what they're gonna do? Huh? So it was like, I don't know. I feel the change. You know, it was like one moment you get like something clicks in your head, and then you cannot, like, you are not as afraid as you were before.
Yeah. No, it's just after you see it so many times, you're like, this same old trick. Come on. You know, you're not creative. It's,
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
yeah.
but it's so. I got you, homie. We need to talk more about this.
Yeah. No, that's wild. You've had like similar stuff like that too. Mine wasn't a dream though. I like legit woke up and it was just there. So I was like, oh, what the hell? You know, I wasn't, yeah, it was since I was a kid, I didn't really have the instinct to throw hands. I think now I'd probably throw hands at a non-moving target, I know, but it's, I don't know, like now, a lot of the stuff that I see, it's just like, it'll be like a darting shadow or a shadow that just like stands there, or sometimes it'll, a lot of the time, it'll be there just long enough for you to see it, but short enough for you to question whether or not it was actually there. But
I get it. Yeah.
yeah, but even then, it's like, I've seen that before. You know, it's not going to work.
Damn it. We need to talk about this.
Yeah, well, we could definitely do more in the future. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have to write some stuff down as I remember it because my memory's not the best, but I can usually recall the freakiest ones. But I have a bunch of smaller ones too.
oh, I really like to hear this story because it makes me feel less crazy, you know? Like, for the record, guys, I have went to the hospital. I have went to doctors because I actually thought I was going insane and shit like that, okay? I'm medically, psychologically, neurologically fine.
Yeah.
For the record. Like, there's no proof. They cannot prove that I'm crazy. Okay? I'm just saying.
Something about being able to say, they can't prove that I'm crazy. I've been checked.
Bro, this stuff actually make me believe, bro. 4 years ago, when you was very strong and I was very scared, I went to my mom's room and I was crying, right? Because I remember I just had another of this stuff, right? And I was just crying and I was terrified and I was like, Mom, I think I need psychological help.
Oh no.
I was just crying a lot because I thought I was going schizophrenic, you know? I thought I was starting making like seeing stuff when I was waking up. I didn't identify my dreams. I didn't identify when I was sleeping, when I was awake. I had like this heavy, hard personalization from reality because I didn't know that I was living anymore. I thought that it felt like a dream. And it started manifesting on my body, like with paralysis, like not the sleep paralysis, like real paralysis and stuff. Like I was in a dream, but I was in real. It was heavy as fuck, so I was like, Mom, I think I need help. So that's when all the tests started and everything. And they were like, no, you know what? You're not crazy, so we don't know how to help you. And
No.
I was like, oh, okay, thank you.
That's
I guess.
so real. Yeah, for the longest time, just like you, I thought it was just schizophrenia. I thought, well, it's the most
Dude.
logical conclusion. But there was one day, everything changed. And that was, I was in the living room with my brother, and I see like a white figure in a doorway. It's always doorways.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. That was crazy. Yeah, share it.
Yeah, and you know, I look at it, but I don't act like I saw anything because I didn't want to scare my brother or weird him out or whatever. But he looks at me and he says, "Did you see that too?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm not schizophrenic."
I'm crazy. The moment of validation.
Yeah, it's like, well, at the same time, then you have to acknowledge everything that's happened is real and not in your head, and that's a whole different thing.
I don't know. I think that's, I mean, in my case, I think I'm actually more scared to be crazy than actually be seeing stuff.
I agree, actually. Yeah, I don't want to be crazy. I mean, I am in my own way, but not like that kind of crazy.
Yeah. Exactly. I think it's more scary to, know that you're going insane than actually, like, okay, ghosts exist, I guess. I guess.
Yeah. No, I will keep my wits with me for sure. Cause like just like the thought of being like, yep, I know I'm insane and this stuff just happens, but I can't talk about it or do anything about it. It's just there.
Yeah.
No, that's worse than seeing the horrors that are real.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna insist in Astra DMs to make another collab to share paranormal experience.
Hell yeah, let's do it, dude.
Imagine you share your paranormal experience, what you do, like some camping, in a scary place. No, I still don't know how can you do that. I will actually go insane.
No, we do have, we're planning on a paranormal investigation in a insane asylum coming up. That's funnily on topic. And I'm gonna be taking some people, and despite Tears' warnings, I've agreed to do it, so we're definitely doing it. But yeah, we'll have like camera footage, we'll have audio footage, we got all kinds of different tools that we got already. It'll happen after Off-Kai though. So probably some more stuff coming up.
Are you actually going to scary places?
Yeah, I'm going to a abandoned insane asylum.
Oh, can you take me on video call?
Oh yeah, well there would definitely be video.
No, don't do it, I'm gonna cry.
What, you don't want to see?
I do want to see, but I can see the VOD.
Well, you could just, come to the US and we'll take you, like, with us. So...
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, the rule is we all have to walk in blindfolded and go into, like, separate areas and sit there alone quietly.
There's no way. I prefer to die. I prefer to be shot at the wall. No, there's no way. Sorry.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Nothing can hurt you.
I do. My biggest fear is actually... I mean, my biggest fear is going blind.
Okay, yeah, that does kind of suck. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah. Especially because my work, everything is around my eyes and my hands. Everything I do is around those things. I can be without legs. I can be without one arm. I can even. I don't know. I prefer to lose my legs. I prefer to lose, I don't know, a kidney or some shit like that. But they can be blindfolded. I will feel very, very insecure.
Yeah, no, well, that's just part of the experience. So you get like the full paranormal, like breadth of everything that can happen.
I think you're insane, Astra Yonaka.
No. I've walked into many abandoned places before like that. It's pretty fun, actually.
Okay, I will think about it, and I will let you know if I join you on video call, not blindfolded. I'm just gonna be your eyes,
Yeah, I mean, also, like, I can set up, like a bunch of mannequins there and see if they'll, like, take over a mannequin and, like, chase us around or something.
No.
I'm kidding.
You you are so evil. You knew.
I'm messing
You know
with
what I
you.
feel about. You are so evil, guys. This guy is so evil. Chat. Okay. Also, my biggest fear, I think. Okay, I have two biggest fears. I think my biggest fear about my body, I guess, will be going blind. But my biggest fear with like stuff, like I'm not afraid of people. I'm not afraid of murders. You know, I'm not afraid of any ghosts. I'm afraid of dolls, of mannequins. Like they make me go fucking like when I go in malls and I see mannequins. You know, I just feel really uncomfortable. But because there's a lot of light and people, I don't feel unsafe. But I cannot stand mannequins. I cannot. I just cannot. This guy is great. The guy is so mean to me.
We have so many mannequins around my house actually, because my family used to run a shop. So
Okay, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you're haunted, dude. I'm just saying, like you're surrounded by those bestiality. You're surrounded by those creatures, like.
oh, I got back
you're
from.
looking to be haunted.
That reminds me, I got back from Japan. Like I come back to my family's house, right? And upstairs feels like extra haunted. If you watch my video about like the mimic thing, that's the upstairs. It's just something about it doesn't feel right. So I go up there and I'm heading to the bathroom and I look to my right, there's just a mannequin right there. I'm immediately in like fight mode because I thought someone was up there. That actually did jump scare the shit out of me.
Dude, no, there's no way. Okay, you know what? I'm not joining you anymore. I think I'm not even gonna watch the VOD.
What, you don't want to watch
so
the
sorry.
POV?
If you're gonna put mannequins on
No,
there,
no. There won't be. I'm joking. There will be no mannequins, but we do have mannequins in the house.
Okay, then I'm gonna let hit me out. Hit me up. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be under my sheets, you know, in my bed. I'm gonna be like, Astra, walk slower. I'm scared. Yeah, that would be so cool, Chad. I have to think about that stuff, you know. Tear blow my mind.
Yeah. No, I got work to do because now I know why there's all kinds of things around the house. So, makes complete sense.
I know. Holy damn.
Yeah. Next time I'll have to tell you stuff that happened to me in cemeteries. But
Dude, okay. You're looking to death, okay? I like this guy has so many paranormal experience, and then he naturally says, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to a cemetery at 3 a.m. It's like, brother.
I'm just not afraid of it.
Yeah, I guess, you know, as through was the right. Ignorance is my power. I know if I'm gonna look up it, I'm gonna get so fucking scared.
No. It's really not that scary. I mean, what they literally can't do anything. There's ooh, I'm scary. It's like they just float around.
I think it's a single impression. You know, for example, I love horror movies. I love terror. I can't watch a horror movie without getting scared because I like them and I have watched it a lot.
Yeah.
But horror games, experience horror, like going looking for it, no, there's no way.
It's really not. I don't recommend it if you feel like you were saying, if you feel kind of vulnerable, but I fear nothing. I walk through the woods at like 3 a.m. when like even like dangerous animals are out, so it's just I don't know where my fear went, but it's gone. Also, are you urban exploring? Yes, that is in the plans. I used to take girls on dates to the cemetery. That's goth. That is like metal. Yo.
Dude, dear, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna sip my mouth. Cool, dude.
Delta, what if
Happy
someone
for
tried
ya.
to take you to a date or take you on a date to a cemetery? What would you do?
As long as it's a day.
Well,
as long as it's a day, yeah, sure. We're gonna have a picnic on top of your grandma's fucking tomb or whatever. I don't
Right.
care. But if it's at night, there's no way. I will actually think that you're trying to kill me.
no, like it's like required to be at night because it's the only time they're available. So they're planning like a night picnic with you.
Then maybe, I mean, if the guy is really, really cute with like these huge tits, then I'm actually thinking about putting myself at risk, then we will video call, you know, he in the cemetery, me and my house.
Okay. That's
You have to be creative. Like you say, like if a guy tries your first date, the guy tries to take you to a cemetery.
that's a
just be
big
prepared
green
to be
flag.
killed.
You should go for it.
Just be prepared to be killed. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so remember, if a guy takes you to a cemetery on a first date, Delta is saying it's really good to go with them, and especially
You are so annoying.
not take your cell phone with you. And
take a suicide note, right? Just like
yeah, and let them blindfold you because they just want to like surprise you with the location.
And if you feel like a knife towards your heart, it's just they're playing kinky, you know.
Yeah, no, it's just a game. Okay, guys, actually don't do that. I gotta say it because there might be someone out there crazy enough to do that. Don't do that. What, Delta? Do you want me to take you to the cemetery? Tyr says. Would you like Tyr to
This
take
guy
you?
wants to kill me. This guy wants to kill me.
No, I don't
mean,
think
Tyr,
so.
like, you know, I love you, but I don't think your tits are big enough for me to put myself at risk. I
What?
mean, I'm just
It's
saying,
back to the
if
tits.
If the last thing I'm gonna do after I die by a killer that took me to the cemetery is gonna touch a pair of boobs, I will expect those boobs to be huge, you know? I will expect those boobs to be soft fucking pillows that I can be while the fucking killer is just stabbing my stomach with a knife. I'm just saying, if that's the last thing I'm gonna do, better be big, huge, and normal tits. And I don't think yours is big. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
Wow,
Someone had
Delta.
to take it to you. And as a good friend I have to be honest and sincere.
So we came back to the tits in the end.
Bro, it's all about the tits every day.
Yeah, you know, I'm just walking along my very beautiful pathway home. I'm like, tits the whole way home. That's just
the only reason I have not get rid of my girls is because of the possibility that he have boobs. You know?
bruh.
The moment he appears in front of me and my seat is flat as a board, that's the day I'm gonna stop paying attention to it.
Wow.
That's the way he's gonna disappear.
Whoa, dude. Wow.
Damn. Okay, I think you gotta go to take care of your grandma's birthday.
Yeah, I gotta go do grocery shopping.
Yippee! Can you buy her a cake from me and say like Delta says you have a very nice boobs?
I cannot do that. She would be like, what the hell? She might beat me for that.
You got 2 cupcakes. Okay, hear me out. You buy 2 cupcakes. Like, they have to be pink, you know? And then you put like a little cherry on the top of the cupcakes and then put them together.
She might beat me with her cast, which is like solid. Like legit give me a concussion for that. I cannot.
Trust me, bro. It works every time. Girls love when you look at their boobs.
No. Do not take this advice, people. That is not good advice. You will get in trouble. Delta's trying to get me canceled.
You know. Sorry, I don't want to get you fired, dude. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, I know you're joking.
I heard your manager thinks the same thing.
Manager? Wait, my manager thinks what?
I thought your manager thinks the same thing that I'm joking. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'll have to bring this stream to Manager Kuhn's attention for you.
No!
And see what he
manager,
thinks.
You're my Oshi. Hi.
Okay, I'll clip that. I'm gonna clip that for him.
No!
Yeah.
No, to show him! Okay, I'm going away.
Remember,
You're
guys.
supposed to me. I showed you the nudity of my soul, and you're taking advantage of that.
Remember, guys, there's a clipping button down at the bottom. You can clip natively on YouTube
No!
and share the clip with your friends. Anybody who you like.
Okay, it's okay. I get it. You hate me. It's fine. You got me to get out of here.
I'm
It's
joking.
okay. It's because I say that your grandmother has nice boobs. Okay, yeah, I see how it is. It's okay. After you don't need to be jealous. You don't need to be jealous. I know she loves you more. It's okay. I see.
Oh, poor Del. I'm sorry. I picked on you too much.
No! Don't do that. I'm gonna feel guilty. Don't apologize. Guys, I feel so guilty right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Astra's grandmother. I'm so sorry for looking at your boobs. I know you. I know you have emotions and feelings, and I'm so sorry for thinking you're as a piece of meat. I apologize.
Whoa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday for her birthday, bro. Well, yeah, I do need to go run to the store.
Yeah, and thank you again for having me here, guys. Sorry for the scuff. My power never came back, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, we'll end stream. It'll come right back on. Just watch. I bet like at least within the next hour, just bam, back on.
I hope so, because imagine that gets dark and I don't have light. I will actually, no.
After everything we just talked about too.
No! Bye, chat!
See
Bye,
you guys!
Astra Yonaka. Thank you so much. Guys, remember, take good decision, kiss your mothers, or we're gonna be kissing them for your new Yonaka because she's gonna have a threesome with us!
Whoa! The energy, yo! Well, that was fun, guys. So be sure to check out Delta and Tier. You can find them on. So I linked them in a post on Twitter. I also put their link in the chat here. Make sure you go check them out. I appreciate y'all joining me, especially at this irregular time. I don't usually stream like at this time. I'm usually later, 7 p.m. EST. I'll be on again tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 p.m. EST. Probably doing Minecraft in the Minecraft server that we just opened that is public that anybody can join. So if you want to join, you are welcome anytime. But you all take it easy, and I'll see you all again soon.